when it comes to home defense, I don't think anything I have would make it out of the house if I fired it. But we can talk about something else now that the stream is live. We're live and in color. Josh,
Hey yo.
doing a little pre-show. What I really want for our show is for it to get more popular. Like really anything I've done creatively, I just kind of pump more of my attention into it the more popular it is. So if this were to gain more popularity, and especially if I didn't have to work, I would try to do up the show right, where I would have like a little pre-show flashing light that showed people, oh, we're not actually playing the game yet. And then, yeah, of course, all of us would be on camera. That'd be pretty dope. But
yeah, we might lose followers at that point.
Well, yeah, that's true. People
get like a little camera boom for the like mount on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
People,
so I want to just toss that out while I have all of the Dungeon Boys assembled.
For sure.
We're not really sure what conventions and stuff are going to look like this year, but Soda City may or may not be coming up here pretty soon.
That's true. I would like to go.
Yeah, I think that would be cool if we could all kind of convene for a day.
And then all of our cool Twitch people from around the world will descend on Columbia, South Carolina.
Right. All hotels will be booked within the next 20 minutes.
They cannot stop us all.
We're in the Dungeon Boys block. Can you get us the Dungeon Boys blocked off room rate, please? That'd be really cool. Sir, there is no such thing.
We got a new refrigerator in the boxes outside. You can rent that for $500.
That's pretty. Josh, I've stayed in hotel rooms for 2 to 3 nights for that price.
You can take the box with you.
I guess maybe you're paying for liability stuff at that point if you're staying in a box.
Make sure you're not in the box on Thursday. That's when they pick up the trash.
Right.
So Keith, what is your grand vision? You said you want us all facing cameras.
Yeah, my grand vision. Grand vision is like Critical Role or those other big ones where we're in a room together with cameras and we're all face to face doing this thing. But secondary goal would be for us all to have a webcam to be able to be seen while we're doing these things, because as a podcast, of course, it's fine. It's fine to not be able it's natural to not be able to see in an audio podcast. If you're experiencing synesthesia while listening to Dungeon Boys, do let us know, but I don't think that's happening. But yeah, all 4 of us on camera would be great. I think another vision would be your character sheets somehow loaded into a site where people can click in and see what you're holding and maybe your notes or something.
What in the world we're doing?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be kind of cool.
So just.
Can I use my sneak attack? No, you can't. Love that audience feedback.
Hey, it's Mark. Hold on,
Hi, Mark.
I gotta get over to the right scene so I can.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her.
I did not.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Silly Mark. Mark is always asking if we're going to do D&D tonight, and I love it when I tell him yes. So right now, Mark, we're in the pre-show. Derman squealed in here trying to suck a salad into his hole, and then we're gonna play the game once his salad cavity is filled.
Don't ask which hole though, Mark.
Don't ask. Boy,
Don't even go there.
Boy holds his breath, sits down on it, and then blows out, and the salad just
Feels the negative pressure.
Goes in the back door. It's the fastest way. They say all the nutrients are absorbed in the large intestine, so why even use the rest of it? Just
right.
There's nutrients in salad.
Very few. If you have a good salad with meat and cheese.
Next time I go to anywhere with a salad bar, I'm just going to take it to the bathroom.
It's just iceberg lettuce with red wine vinegar on it. And salt.
Oh man.
Light on salt.
Bryce, how is your tongue feeling? I feel a lot better after I went to the restroom.
I don't know. It's just like I feel like I'm a butter churn for food.
Oof.
Like all day, like at work, I must have gone to the toilet like 4 times
Oh man, that
in
is
the 8 hours I was there.
that's not ideal.
It is not.
Not
But
ideal.
I had no trouble on my hour drive home, and not since then. So I'm guessing, I'm hoping that
That's really
everything is
good.
settled.
So Bryce, you and I had a discussion this week about season 2 of Dungeon Boys. Do we want to give a little tease in the pre-show about what we were discussing and maybe why you as a player think it would be beneficial?
I think so. Just to get people used to the idea,
We're just-
and also to break it to the other Dungeon Boys if they haven't heard already.
Yeah, essentially breaking it to Mark, because I'm sure he's our guy tonight.
And I think you've already done that, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. No, that was another guy in the Discord. That was Rob.
Out with it, man.
So, anyways, Mark, Keith, go for it.
No, you got it.
All right, so we stopped season 2 because a lot of stuff was going on, but we also lost Zenas because he moved, and then we started the coronavirus thing going on, so we all decided to tele in, and we've been doing it virtually rather than on the same tabletop. And it's worked out a lot better than any of us expected it to, honestly.
Yes. Who would have expected RP to just skyrocket in quality based not being able to see each other? I would not really have expected it.
Not having to look at people while you act like a complete fool.
Yeah, maybe that is it.
Yeah, it takes a lot of the anxiety away.
I'm still looking at Josh, so.
Right.
True.
But, I mean, it's like having a cat in the room, honestly.
Y'all still do a
think
great. You still
Josh
do a
cares
great
one
job.
way or another what I'm doing. But no, it works a lot better than we expected it to. So why not continue with this formula into season 2? And since we didn't have Zenas in season 2, why don't we include him and start over at the very beginning of season 2?
Yeah. So
And also we can take all the knowledge we have gained from the Curse of Strahd and game on from the beginning of season 2
yeah,
with that knowledge in our brains.
I think that will benefit, as well as I think it'll help pull John along into, talking about negative space, the space between like his experience and then y'all's role playing experience. I think that will create a bit of a vacuum probably for him to get sucked up into.
Yeah. That, and I like Jack Law, but I've played 3 rogue characters in a row. I think you said that we could change up our characters going into the new season. I think I want to change them up a little bit.
All right. Yeah. There's all kind of stuff going on. We'll have to work on narratively. Well, no, we just started season 2, so we'll be okay. We're going back to the beginning. I can revamp our narrative a little bit, and Zenas can come back. It won't destroy what we're building to have Zenas come back. So
I don't
Any
want
special sneak peek as how you might retool your Jack Lowe?
no clue yet. I'm thinking more straight on combat than I have been, though. Like maybe fighter / barbarian, paladin, something in there.
That'd be cool.
cool. Yep. So, are we ready to start, Nerman?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, let's begin Curse of
Question
Strahd.
before we begin,
Absolutely.
but I lose sleep over Burb.
He's gone. He's still gone.
Oh.
Yeah, he's still. Well, Bryce doesn't know what gone means, and I know what gone means. But yeah, nothing changes. No, you're not gonna start season 2 this time with Burb there.
Permadead.
Screw the rest of the world and everybody in it.
Yep,
We're on a quest for Burb now.
that's fine. Mark says Strahd putting the vamp into revamping.
Ooh.
I don't understand why I'm here DMing when Mark should be. I don't understand why I'm supposed to be the leader when everyone else is far more clever.
We were all wondering the same thing.
Yeah,
We
well,
gotta have a special guest DM one night.
put your money where your mouth is, boss.
Part of the job is drive, so none of us want to be DM.
Oh, you man, you got this.
That's true. Yeah, creative drive is a big part of it, and a neurotic desire to please others with entertaining things, I guess. All right, let's begin the podcast. If everybody's cool with that, give me a quick test, everybody. Give me your normal RP talking volume.
Check. 1, 2. I am Jericho. What's up?
Okay.
And testing the mic, sounding good.
Gotcha, Bryce. I don't know how far away you are, but Josh is a little bit louder. So maybe if you had gave yourself another inch or so, Derman, what you got?
This is my speaking volume as I move about the. Okay, this is my speaking volume. Shall I crank them gains?
No, you're good. That sounds good.
Cool.
That
How about
sounds
now?
good. Yep, you're perfect.
Hang on. I leaned in a little too far. This is where I would normally be.
Perfect. Love it.
And here's my voice back to back with Bryce's voice.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Of course, hopefully Zencaster will handle it, but with Twitch being the backup, want to make sure that gets right. Mark, let's take care of business. All right, homie. Anybody else? Of course, I'm not trying to shun anybody else, but I know Mark really likes to listen, so he's our sweet little dungeon baby. Everybody, let's begin. Thank you to all who are watching. As pay attention to the chat. Like I said, if anybody pops in, and I don't say anything, there are reasons for that. Podcast stuff. Let's start the recording. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Dungeon Boys. My name is Keith, and I will be your DM.
Josh playing Reginald, your orc fighter.
I am Bryce, playing as Jericho, the ranger.
I am Zenith, playing as Errol Derman, the Tabaxi rogue cleric.
All right.
A much more interesting combination than I had initially believed.
Yeah. You've been able to kill a lot of stuff, as well as unkill stuff. So let's do a little brief recap. Does anybody want to do that, or would you like me to do it?
You did it pretty good last time.
Okay.
You got this, man.
I concur.
Also on the show, I'd like to go ahead and give everybody here, the three of you, kudos to your role playing in the last several episodes and just how at least to me, engaging the episodes have been. Not to yank all your wieners too hard, but I don't know why I said that. I could have said anything.
Literally said anything else.
I could have said anything else.
Not to slap your back too hard.
Honestly,
No.
whenever I thought not to toot your horn, I was like, A, that's not a phrase, and B, it's not as interesting. So my brain just pendulumed all the way to the other side where no one really goes and all the cobwebs live. And it pulled something out of there. But anyway, I would like to commend you on that. The episodes have been really good. I think they've been really interesting, and you have not had the crutch of a character played by me who can speak and push you in any directions. You have been, ever since Rahadan died, you have been alone wandering the castle, and you've done a very good job of, at least to me, keeping things interesting.
I think throughout this whole campaign, I've kind of been seeking that guidance, though, because I've basically verbally beaten what am I supposed to do next out of every character we've encountered.
Yeah.
Where am I supposed to go?
But that's part of
Point to it.
But that's part of the mystery, right? You're in a foreign place. Things are weird here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, and then this is honestly one of the first dungeony get to explore and look around and watch out for traps and hey, what's around the corner kind of moments that we've had.
It's true. It's true. So let's recap. Let's recap real quick. Last week, you guys, or 2 weeks ago, you ended the session finding the holy symbol of Ravenkind, which is simply a holy symbol that fights vampires. That was found as a product of
That was the end of the previous week.
that was in the previous week, but we learned in last week that it is a holy symbol meant for fighting vampires, and this symbol was foretold in the fortune telling that Jericho received early in the campaign. They found that. You guys kept checking different tombs and things, and as you neared a special tomb that was locked behind a portcullis and down there in the catacombs, Jericho was teleported away, where he appeared locked inside a casket even 40 feet deeper underground than they already are. In his place was a combative zombie-like creature, a wight, that was dispatched quickly by the rest of the party lingering in the catacombs. Huh?
I said it was handily spanked.
Oh, it was spanked quite handily. But not before... Oh, excuse me, that one was killed. Next, Derman tried to figure out where, with a very exceptional use of find, locate person. We've never had to use that before, but it was cool to see it used effectively. Derman found out where Jericho was headed to get him, but was also teleported into that same place by stepping on a trap. Reginald was left alone to fend for himself with the armor. Technically alone, at least as far as intelligent beings are concerned. I guess that's arguable depending upon your opinion of Reginald. Anyway, they were locked down there. Jericho and Durbin were together. Eventually, the party meets back up. They open the door, the portcullis, to this room. Inside this room, they find an obsidian-colored black wooden coffin that is extremely ornate and, fancy. Shiny as heck. All but having a shining light that says "This is important" on it. Coffin. But to the left of that coffin were 3 vampire spawn brides that really could have given the party a run for its money had they not acquired the holy symbol of Ravenkind. But it was used against them. The party was able to destroy the 3 vampire spawn, and now they stand in the tomb alone with dead vampire spawn, ornately adorned vampire spawn, lying dead on the floor. The armor, sadly, underwent some modifications. The portcullis slammed on its hands, removing its hands, but grinding its forearms into 2 very sharp blades that it now used to punch, enemies and stuff.
And for those who do not know what the symbol does and why it was so helpful, is it can temporarily, not quite paralyze, but hold in place a vampire. And also it can produce sunlight.
It can.
And anybody who missed last week, they missed the armor, good old Armathy, going off the deep end on a couple of enemies.
Oh, he went, the last one, he went quite wild to finish up combat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that.
I had a good time describing the combat last week. So, now.
And note for the DM, recall that I do not have silvered weapons, and the vampires are slightly immune.
I recall this.
Okay.
Thank you.
Also, question for DM before we start going.
Yep.
I found some kind of mystical, magical spear or some whatnot.
It was a spear broken in 3 pieces.
3 pieces.
Yeah, I remember it was broken. It was three pieces.
Got it. So I have 2 broken spears.
Right. Yeah. I think we talked about that last time. I think.
Okay.
Okay. So with that, let's begin the episode. So like I said, you find yourself. I'll read the description of the room real quick. As you came in, you saw black marble steps that descend to a dark tomb that has a vaulted ceiling 30 feet overhead. The essence of evil permeates the very air. The smell of freshly turned earth is here. Settled into the dirt on the floor is a shining black coffin of finely waxed wood. The coffin's fittings are of brilliant brass, and the lid is closed. South of the coffin are 3 gloomy alcoves. An iron lever protrudes from the north wall, which is where you came in, east of the tomb's entrance. So, you all stand among murdered. Hold up. Sorry, I gotta get my window set up here on the stream. But yeah, you guys are standing in this room, standing over the bodies of vampire spawn that you have just destroyed, and that's where things are at. Oh lordy. Oh lordy.
Yeah. Somebody calling for Granny May.
Uh-oh. They're a little late.
Yep.
Can
y'all still hear that?
A little bit, but it's okay. No worries.
Okay. We got the door shut.
Cool.
I don't know how to hang it up. The phone is dead, so I can't actually push the button.
It's all good, baby. It's all gravy. It'll stop ringing eventually too. So you guys are playing. There is no phone in the dungeon. Just to let any viewers or listeners know, there's no phone in the dungeon. That is not a sound effect produced by yours truly. That is someone who obviously doesn't understand that we are playing Dungeons and Dragons. So you stand over the bodies of these ornately adorned vampire spawn, and here you go. Let's play.
What do I roll to answer the phone?
You do not roll to answer the phone, you cheeky son of a gun. Didn't I just tell you?
now that that little interruption is out of the way, shall we go back to shoving the top off of this big shiny box?
Yeah, you think this? You think this is what we come here for? That you think he's in there?
It's rather shiny. I feel like he'd go for something even gaudier than this, honestly. He's kind of a drama queen, as we've discussed. It's not, I don't see quite enough gold inlaid into it. But there's only one way to find out.
Maybe it's on the inside.
Maybe.
Possible. But anyway, yes. Why not? I mean, we either wait and die, or we find out and possibly die.
All right. Knives at the ready. Reginald,
I like
You wanna-
those odds.
whip the top off of this thing.
Well, let's see what we got here. I want to step up to it and give it the old shove.
Wait, before he shoves us, I'm going to stealth.
Okay.
Please.
Roll a stealth.
That's
You know-
a 27.
Gotta do.
Okay.
You know, Keith, I'm gonna do that as well.
All right.
Dermot, do you want to get your armor in place as well?
Sure. I have my armor moved to the foot of it.
Okay. Got it.
The feet. I rolled a 14 for stealth.
All right.
Before we proceed further with game,
Bingo.
is Bryce's, is Jericho's holy raven symbol thing still glowing?
No one turned it off yet, I don't think.
Okay, I can't remember how long it lasts. So.
I would, assuming I am a shrewd man, I would definitely have turned that off
Okay.
too high.
All right, yep. You've turned it off then, and you have used, what, 6 charges?
Yeah, I used 1 hold vampire and 1 sunlight.
Okay. Remember that.
Yeah, I was just kind of wondering how that was working out. So okay,
Also,
I'm good now.
remember, I
Okay.
believe you guys arrived here at like supper time. So by this point, it's like the middle of the night. Just to let you know.
Got it. Okay. We packed a snack. It'll be okay.
Right, you did.
And the armor.
Right.
I wish that, like, again, another reason I wish this show is really popular, because then people would like draw art of it and stuff. I would kill to have a gallery of best kills of the campaign, and number 1 would be greasy like turkey juice sloshing out of the armor as it stabs that zombie in the ground.
With like 4
Sausage.
sausage links coming
Yes.
out
Yeah.
of the helmet.
Exactly. Anyway,
Like
let's
a
we all
turkey
pictured
leg
the same
sticking
thing.
out of one of the crushed arms.
I love it. I love that visual.
Me too.
Ultimate takedown.
All right, open that casket.
All right.
Open.
Hold on, what you got, boys? And I'm gonna roll a 14 to shove that thing out the way.
All right, you put your hands on it, and if darkness could sting, it would be as though you were touching something that, like touching a stove, but in this stove produces dark, evil magic. When you put your hands on it, the thing you want most in the world is to take your hands off of this casket. You can feel the dark, evil magic radiating from it, and almost even passing into you. It is the most unsettling feeling you have ever experienced, Reginald. And the lid of the casket does not move.
It's got a bit of a tingle there to it, boys. Anybody have anything could dispel whatever this is, darkness, or it's just a bad feeling when you touch this thing. A pair of gloves or something.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna let me know if I'm insulting you, but I feel like he doesn't really have feelings. If we want to get him to shove the lid off,
That is a good point.
Could work.
Armor, give it a go.
Can I help him on that?
Sure, yeah.
Let me get his stats up. Okay, he rolling a strength.
So while we're going for stats, Reginald's like psyching himself up for it, like hands just barely not touching it, kind of doing the whole you. I don't want to touch that.
Okay.
There's a 21 to do it.
All right, the armor giving it everything he has with his bladed forearms at this point. He jams them in, or at least it looks as though he would have jammed them into the top of the lid of this box, but he makes no dent in it, and he pushes against the lid, and it just does not budge. The coffin is still firmly placed in the dirt, and it does not budge.
I want to go over and search the
Vampire Bride.
The ladies?
No. I go over and I flip that switch.
The lever behind you?
Yeah, to drop the portcullis.
All right, you pull the lever, and you hear the portcullis slam shut at the top of the stairs.
Interesting. And I tell the armor to try it again.
Okay. He attempts it again. No need to roll. He attempts it again, and nothing. This thing is not moving.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
Fellas, is it possible that he's not home?
I mean, it is possible, but even if you were home, if we could not get it open, I don't know how effective this would be.
Well, I mean, we could stay here all night trying to crack this thing open, but I don't know, fellas. I'm kind of feeling maybe if we could find a spot to get a bit of rest in. We've been going at this for a while now.
I don't know if I'd want to rest in this room, considering the box that probably holds something evil that we can't open. Maybe one of the tombs we've already cleared out.
Yes, I was
Got
thinking
one with my name on it already.
What's that, Demon?
I was thinking something similar. We could hide in one of those.
Reginald, I thought you said you didn't want to go in the one that had you in it.
I'd rather go there than stay here all night.
That's fair. But if the fire's out, how about the room that's deep underground?
Oh yeah. Yeah, let's poke ourselves around the corner and see what's what. We know he's here. They ain't going anywhere.
Hopefully.
Right, hopefully. Dermot, what says you?
Any of them seem better than here. If we're going to spend the night, I would rather not have Strahd come in and, be cranky and tired.
Right.
Then, let's head down.
Let's do it.
Which one was that, Keith?
That was 14.
14.
So you guys heading back over there?
If that'd be good with you.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys head up to tomb 14 on the map. Twitch viewers or YouTube viewers will be able to see that area on the map. It's one of the tombs in the catacombs. It's the tomb that they crawled out of when they were teleported into a dark coffin-filled room. When you go over there, you remove the tomb door from the wall. A billow of smoke comes out of it and dissipates on the ceiling. And whenever you poke your head in, you hear an almost deafening sound of skeletons clamoring together, trying to claw their way out of this tomb, looking up at you. Some of them are throwing rusty swords as high as they can up the chimney that you climbed out of, and it's almost like ants on an anthill down there with skeletons.
Well, that's gross.
Reginald's like leaning over the side. I'm with you, Dermot. It's cozy, but maybe a bit too much cozy down there.
I think the last people here might have been smokers.
Could be. You don't want to mess with something like that. Your health is important.
So, where to next?
Well, anyone. Honestly, any of them should be fine.
Okay. I want to point the way toward where that one that had my name on it was.
All right, that's 23.
We'll say we check this one out. I'm gonna head that way.
Okay.
I follow him.
You
I can't
guys.
remember if we closed the door or not.
I don't believe you did. You guys arrive. The tomb door that originally had your name on it, but then was wiped away to be a clean tomb door, remains clean. It remains leaning up against the doorway to this tomb. There is a marble slab standing before you. Nothing is sitting on it. This tomb is, as clean as an unused tomb might be. The smell that used to appear in it no longer is there. Assumedly to be an illusion of your nose, as was Reginald to your eyes. At least that's what it seemed like. So to your eyes and ears, this tomb is empty and nose.
This might do. What you say, fellas?
At least this one doesn't stink.
I think it's fine with me, as long as we can hide well enough.
All right.
Anybody have anything to jam the door open?
We have a suit of living armor.
Right.
That's true.
Makes sense. All right, boys. I'm gonna head into El Tumo.
I'm gonna sit down in one of the corners in there and prop my head forward like Indiana Jones style.
Okay, sounds good.
Being real cool about sleeping.
I want to understand what y'all are doing with the suit of armor.
I think he's just kind of holding the door in place so it looks like it's still attached, if I'm not mistaken.
So the three of you are inside, the armor is outside?
No, the armor is also inside with us, correct?
My thought was, let's not close this door lest it seal us inside.
Yeah, because you said prop it open.
Right.
I feel as though an agreement might need to be come to on this one.
So
I'm not concerned with what the armor does. I think the door should be closed.
I agree. Reginald, I don't think it's going to do us much good if the door is open. Then it would definitely go noticed.
All right. Let's pull a shot.
I'm sure the three of us can manage to get it back open if need be. Well,
Seems,
the three of you anyway.
Seems rather ominous, but well, adventure, right?
What's wrong, Reginald? Never slept in your own grave before?
No, not to this day. No, not to this day. Let's get on with it. And not speak about this too much more. I want to just pull the armor out of the way and just close that door nice and tightly behind us. Give it a couple good pats to make sure it's closed.
All right, the door seems to be nice and tightly closed. Jericho, are you currently rolling with an initiative or no? Or not initiative, inspiration?
Am I what?
Do you have an inspiration?
I don't think so.
Okay, I really enjoyed your comment about never slept in your own grave before, so I'm trying to remember inspiration more. So enjoy it, your inspiration. I also now understand why it would have been confusing while playing D&D for me to say, are you rolling with inspiration? I just meant, are you moving forward? Do you have an inspiration?
Gotcha.
But yeah, it was poorly communicated because I'm stupid and don't understand the game.
I thought I
That's
was
not
told
true.
to make a roll and you just didn't come through on this end.
No, not true.
It's all good. It's all good.
Your heart dropped like, I have to roll. Please, please, no.
Well, I just closed the door on the tomb with my name on it, and you're asking like, can you roll that again with inspiration? I'm like, oh crap.
All right, what's the plan?
Sleep
rest.
Okay. Are you guys all just trying to sleep as long as you're allowed, or what?
Yeah,
just
pretty
a
much.
Okay,
long rest.
gotcha. All
Can
right.
we have our armor buddy kind of making sure that like if anything starts shuffling about and needs to wake us up, he will do so?
It will take his master to do such a thing.
I assume Reggie asks a question, so Dermot says, "Yes, that would be a good idea for you to do that. Will you stand guard and wake us up if anything happens? If there's anything unusual, or if you believe we are in danger?"
He nods. The armor nods to you.
Cool. I'm gonna pull out my bedroll and lay myself down.
All right.
I am doing the same after kind of giving the armor a couple of taps to see where's the food line at, so I know how far to reach down and just grab a random handful of food.
Okay. The food line is now like right in his middle, like where his belly button would be.
Got it. All right, I'm gonna open up the old visor and just get get the hand down in there and grab a meaty fistful of something.
If this is your first episode of the show, you need to go back right now and learn what's going on. I'm not explaining it anymore. So yeah, you pull out some delicious foods for the evening.
Right. I'm just I'm handing like in my hand I have like a Thanksgiving dinner, like turkey, gravy, like some random meat bits and stuff, and I'm just like handing it towards my two companions. Anybody want a little taste of this?
None for me.
I mean, I don't want to take all of it.
I'm good. You take it.
Dermot, you must.
Dermot may or may not already be asleep, but if he were awake, he would definitely ignore that.
Okay. Gotcha.
Being that Dermot may be asleep, I want to take half of what I have on my handful of random food bits and just leave it in a little pile next to where Dermot's at.
Okay. Right next to his litter box.
There you go. I'm gonna down the other half of it, and
you see
get the rest in the other corner.
Push that away.
Okay.
Do we full health?
If you were to get a long rest, but I'll communicate with you shortly.
Gotcha.
Neat.
So you guys are you've been sleeping for 2 hours at this point. All right, you guys have made it for a short rest. So let's see how.
Right.
Don't call anything yet.
I feel like we're going through like the long dark, and like the little countdown thing is going overnight.
All right, the dice have rolled in your favor. Anyone who's ever run Curse of Strahd before will be like,
that DM didn't do what he was supposed to do. He's treating them unfairly with kindness.
I'm trying to make a show here. You guys made your long rest.
What are you supposed to do?
Right.
Huh?
Oh.
Reveal to us.
If we were playing real Curse of Strahd by the book, I would roll like every 20 minutes for you guys, whether you'd have an encounter or not. Every 20 game minutes. Like every 20 minutes you spend in the dungeon in game time, not in real life time, I'd roll.
Just visually, I could see that as like we're in this tomb, in this crypt down at the bottom of a castle, and like randomly some booger will just run past every 20 minutes and just whiffs on us, doesn't see us.
I'm also rewarding you for having the wherewithal to probably not prop up and camp out right next to the coffin where you assume Strahd sleeps. And you, because last week that was the plan, and I was worried about that.
Think of the adventurous tale we could have told.
Yep, but you guys do. You make it 8 hours. Or stop putting the baby emote in the chat. I'm not a baby. I'm trying to make a show here.
8 hours long rest or full rest?
Yeah, that you made it a full rest. You guys, I'm rewarding also your desire to close yourself into a tomb and lock yourself in and stuff. I took things into account. Anyway, full rest. Any of you who had your health point maximum reduced, it is now back to where it used to be.
La, la, la.
And have I regained charges on me thingy?
It would be daylight out at this point, and I believe it recharges with the dawn, does it not?
It do.
Okay. So yes. Let me does it gain a certain amount of charges?
I think it's 3, isn't it? Or is it
it's like 1d6 plus whatever.
Yeah, I gotta go. I was trying to decide whether it was a thing like that.
Well,
or
it would
not.
be, if it has 10 charges, it would be like 1d6 plus 4 charges, because they're always going to give you an option to get up to max charge.
Right.
Yeah, 1d6 plus 4 at dawn.
Yep.
Yep, that's it. So as long as you roll a 2 or above, you're filled it up.
I rolled a 6.
All right, so it's fully charged at 10. You can't go over the charge, right?
Nope.
Right.
You did not say. You just said it had 10 charges, and I assume that over the 100 years it's been in there, it would have gathered more than that.
Yeah, exactly. My right was me more just ensuring you that I am speaking right instead of asking if I was right that time. I know, again, confusing. Okay, so you guys awake. So even honestly, you're surprised that you have been able to sleep this long, but you can't help but tell that you're uncomfortable. Your sleep, while it was a full rest, was not restful per se. You feel a little fatigued. You feel like you've been, especially you two lawful good were-raven boys, are feeling as though this castle is taking its toll on you, and you've been in here for, you've been in here for maybe 16 hours at this point, and it's wearing on you.
Does this have a meta purpose?
It does not have an in-game effect yet.
Okay.
Good morning, fellas.
Yeah, everybody awake?
I don't think there's anything good about it. Well, I am awake and alive, I suppose.
We are still alive, right?
We're in a tomb. I mean, if we did, at least we're in place already.
Right. True. Very true.
Come on. I'm getting tired of being in here. This place is giving me the heebie-jeebies. Let's get cracking.
Got a bit of a smell to it as well.
Durman, you think your can opener can open this can?
I hope so. I feel a bit overly tired, so I doubt I'm of good use today, but... Armor, would you please open the door?
The armor presses against the door, but it doesn't budge.
You butthole.
Hey, hold up now. Hold up. I want to get to the door and give it a shove also.
Okay. Roll.
The armor didn't roll anything.
It's a 19.
You slam yourself against the door, but it doesn't budge.
Yeah, we did.
Armor, would you try pulling the door open?
Go ahead and roll for me.
Okay.
So while he's pulling that up, I'm looking at the armor. I'm like, you pull it, I'll push it. We'll see which way it goes.
That's 11.
11. He moves it, but the door budges just a hair, but it doesn't open.
Hey, might be on to something there. I'll give it a pull with a 25.
All right, you give it a pull, and you're pulling, and then finally the door does snap loose on the right side and the left side, but it stays a little bit attached at the middle, and it swings open, and you pulled so hard that it smacks you in the face, and you take
Not the money maker.
And you take 3 damage. Your face is scratched up by this door, and it's the rough edges of it scratch across your face, Reginald, and you take 3 damage.
Well, hey, if anybody in town asks, I got this fighting this Strahd fellow, okay?
I mean, we're all in the same place.
Right. True story.
And as the door snaps open, the air from within your tomb is sucked out of it, and you can hear the rushing wind as the air is sucked out and away from you. And just as the moving air dissipates, as the pressure goes back to normal throughout the catacombs, you can hear a muffled bit of evil laughter from somewhere above you in the castle. Ha 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 ha.
Russian demon.
Broadly Eastern European, thank you very much.
All right. Well, I suppose it's time we'd better get going. And Derman's like rubbing his eyes, like he's just, it's like that nap you take. That's I'm playing it as if it's the nap you take where you get like you wake up and you feel like you've been kicked in the head.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, where are we going to go now?
Based on the chuckle of doom, I'm assuming that Strahd knows where we are. maybe it's a bit much to assume that. Maybe the castle just laughs every morning. I don't know.
Well, if he'd knowed where we are, he'd have come busted down the door and dragged us out last night. I think he knows we're here, but not where.
I don't know. I'm not so sure that he really cares to hunt us down. I think he's more playing a game with us at this point. Because he could have had us whenever we went to the dining hall at the very beginning of our little adventure here.
That is true.
Hey, look, while we're here, let's check out the bedroom. See if he's still there.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Maybe
with me.
Maybe the casket opens during the daytime. And if we can't get it open, there's a couple alcoves in there. Maybe there's a clue hidden in there. If not, maybe there's some kind of secret device in one of these other caskets. There's
Right.
more rooms to search.
You might be right.
All right, I'm gonna head out of that tomb.
Okay.
I follow him.
You guys head out of the tomb, and when you reach the door to the chamber where you assume Strahd might sleep, the portcullis is locked shut again.
Dookie.
Anybody got any spare hands?
Do we want to get one of the big slabs from the front of the tombs around here to use as sort of a prop? That way we don't crush any more fingers.
Could. Might be wise. Yeah, I'll tell you what. If you can get one over here, I believe we can get this gate up again.
I don't think I can get one over here.
All right. Darman, bring one of those stone slabs over here.
I think this is a job for all of us, not just one of us.
All right. If that's how it's going to be, I guess we all go and find a slab. Isn't 38 is probably the closest one that
Yeah.
would have the slab door cover thing open on it.
Yep. You guys go grab the slab and drag it back that way, and you stand before a portcullis that is slammed shut.
Slab grabbing. Got it.
All right. Reginald and Dermot, do you want to get the armor on the gate, and maybe me and you can try and slide this across the ground underneath it?
Sure. We can try that. Armor, would you help us out, please?
Just so long as one of us can get through to throw the switch on the other side.
Yeah, I'm already at the gate. I'm like, psyching myself up for it, getting ready, maybe a few stretches.
But
Roll it
we
up.
should give consideration to the fact that the device that raises and lowers this gate is on the inside. So more than likely, there was someone in there to flip the switch.
Could be right. Reginald is frozen in his stretching. So wait, should we? You know what? No, let's just do this. And I just grab the gate and I give it a mighty heave.
Roll it.
It was a 20, not netch.
It does not budge. Either, Reginald, this gate has grown heavier overnight, or you have grown weaker.
Not a good prospect for old Reginald. He's going to give it one more shot, thinking, well, maybe it's morning time. Stretch it out.
Gotcha.
I'll give it one last shot. It was a 15 on that one though.
Even still, no budge. Nothing.
I think this gate might be locked a bit tighter than we suspect.
All right, then we're just gonna have to move on from here.
Yeah, but where? You two got any good ideas? We're pretty well going down. Should we go up?
There's another downstairs casket area right next to where we slept. I never thought I'd say that.
Yes, there. I think there's more here we could explore, but we could certainly find our way up, I'm sure. I, for one, am interested in exploring what Mully said.
And recall we have the what's the thing called? The brazier that teleports us places. There's one that would teleport us to the casket, if I'm not mistaken, and then we could open it from the inside.
You might be on something there. I want to fiddle in my pocket and grab out the little orb that I got. I can't remember if that was the casket one or not.
I'm sorry, I'd be honest with you, I was trying to read something in preparation. What is the plan?
We're not really enacting any plan right now.
Okay.
I think we're going to K87.
All right.
Making preparations to head that way. Reginald just fished around for his gem bauble, what teleported people.
Oh yeah, the green one. You picked up a green one.
Yeah, I can't remember if that was the one that takes you to the graveyard or what's going on.
We'll see it on the brazier when we get back there.
Yep,
I don't think you can use it without that.
True.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys head to K87 then?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All
We're
right.
late away.
You guys walk through the catacombs, the dark, cramped hallways, bringing fear into your hearts, or at least close to your hearts, where you can either decide to let it live or push it away. And you arrive at the top of some stairs. Wide steps descend to a landing flanked by 2 alcoves. Within each alcove, taking up the full 30-foot height of the ceiling, is a bronze statue of a warrior holding a spear. A soft blue curtain of light flows between the 2 alcoves, dimly visible. On the other side of the curtain are more descending stairs.
It's a lot of stairs.
I'm gonna walk up and put my hand on that blue curtain of lightiness.
Your hand goes through it, unobstructed and without pain or really any feeling at all.
Okay. Well, that was unexpected. All right, I'm gonna assume that all is well, and I'm gonna walk through it.
You succeed in walking through it. It's as if you walk through a regular old passageway.
Cool. Yeah.
Keith, I would like to roll an intelligence check against this backpack that I have.
Okay.
I want to see if I can determine how it's used. So you tell me what I should roll for that.
Roll an intelligence check.
Okay, I'll roll that.
Do you remember what tomb you got that from?
I don't. It was one of the ones that I visited.
I think it was 18.
18, you think? No, it wasn't 18.
Well, he only searched from
13.
18.
13.
Oh.
He did 13 to 20.
Oh yeah, I only went to 11.
Okay, what'd you roll?
Yeah, in 11.
An 11. It obviously has wings. You believe that if you were falling or moving forward quickly enough or something, that you would possibly be able to glide, that it would slow your fall and maybe add distance to a fall.
Okay. Do I see a way to activate it, or is it just like automatic?
You do not see a way to, well, yeah. On one of the straps, you spy a button that, when the wings are folded in, you spy a button that will allow them to release.
Interesting. I want to run. I want to use like I want to dash.
Okay.
I want to dash and use the tabaxi trait that allows me to double my speed. So I want to be zooming, and I want to jump off of the top of these stairs, following Reginald, and I want to push that button and just try to glide down.
Okay.
I want to test it out.
All right, and we agreed on your weight last time was somewhere in like the 150s, 140s.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay, gotcha. All right, do that. Roll like an athletics check or something.
Okay. 14.
All right, you back up. You gain an intense amount of speed. You're running by the end of your almost before you jump. You're on all fours with the cat-like agility. You jump into the air. You press the button. The wings open up. But sadly, as they catch air, a piece on the right wing snaps.
Oh no.
The cloth in the right wing begins to come loose, and this glider does not hold you very much at all as you go hurtling towards the curtain without any ability to stop, or really any without these wings slowing your fall really at all.
He was trying to like float past. Can I roll to like see if I can grab him?
By the time you would have noticed him falling, he's already too far gone, I think.
Gotcha.
He's leapt off the stairs at this point. Like, you're not falling to your death or anything. It's just the top of some stairs.
Do I need to roll to dodge?
No. Anything you do while you're in the air, Derman?
Flail.
Flail. All right. You flail towards the curtain, and you land just beyond it, right on the end of that landing before there are more stairs that go down. And you slam into the floor there. But the curtain does not stop you. It feels again as though you're passing through really nothing at all as you pass through that blue curtain.
Okay. Well, okay. I'm gonna take off the wings. And I'm just gonna look at them disappointedly.
Okay.
Well, Devin, at least it's a good thing you tested it rather than relying on it to save your life.
Yes, and that was the point. I had this vision of jumping out of a window, and no other reason, or no other way to escape, just being forced out of a window and thinking, well, I've got these trusty wings here, and then no, they landed me butt first on some stairs.
Well, in the words of Derman of yesterday, you do know you can fly, right?
Yeah, you could be like a real bird. What with the real wing and
Yes,
right.
I do know that.
But, and I'm just wondering at this point. I got some broken spear, and you got some broken wing, whatever that is, and is everything in here broken or boobified, trapped, or yeah? I just don't know.
Sure.
Reginald, stay on that side for just a moment. I want to try and pass back through the curtain to the other side.
Let's see.
You got friends on the other side.
You got friends on the other side.
Well, most of just one.
And the armor. I think he's friendly.
Is he sentient?
Right. I'll wait here. I want to clunk, wrap a knuckle on the armor's chest. Time for breakfast.
Okay. Yeah. You can pass back through the curtain. It's the same as you went through. Your hand goes through, and as if nothing was there at all.
All right. Fellas, I feel like this is a magical barrier. It is magical in nature. It is glowing. I don't know. It's not stopping any of us from going through either way. Maybe it's supposed to keep the flies out. I don't know.
I want to grab that seemingly magical curtain and just yank it off the ceiling.
You can't grab it, but your hand also passes through it.
It was worth a shot.
Come on, Reginald. I think I smell some adventure down here.
Oh,
I want
upstairs again. I'm trudging that way down them stairs on search for adventure.
Okay.
While they're heading down this way, I want to, taking into consideration what Jericho said, I want to shoot a gosh, what did I get? What did I get? Hang on.
I don't know what you got.
I want to shoot a firebolt at the wall, just testing my magics.
Okay. You successfully do so.
Yeah.
What wall are you shooting at?
Well, I'm imagining that he fell right where the top of the K and the 8 meet.
Sure.
So just kind of like at that little corner right there, just like a quick little. Pew.
Okay. Yeah, you successfully fire a firebolt that way. As you do so, you illuminate the rest of the room, because of course. Oops, sorry for the barking, everybody. As you know, everything is very dark here, but there is light actually coming from the other side of this room, because it's also the most light you've seen in the past 16 hours. This tomb rest in hushed silence. As you look down the stairs, you see tall, stained glass windows dominating the eastern walls, allowing dim light to fall on two coffins resting atop white marble slabs. The one against the north wall is marked King Barrow von Zarovich, and the one against the south wall is marked Queen Ravenovia von Royen. The vaulted ceiling 30 feet overhead is inlaid with a beautiful gold mosaic.
Is this Strahd's parents?
Not really sure.
That is what I would think, if anything.
And do you think the thing we walked through is maybe an alarm to let Strahd know when people are messing with his mom and pop?
Not sure again. I'm reaching back for my axe.
Okay.
Just in case.
Just to try to remember, and I don't remember what exactly now what Strahd told you when he was sitting at the dinner table. Did he tell you the story of anything at all with his mother?
The castle was built for her, but she died before she could see it finished.
Did he mention her name?
I think so, but I don't remember what it was.
Let's just retcon that if he did, yes, this would, you at least recognize the name King or Queen Ravenovia as Strahd's mother, and you also know that you're in a land called Barovia, and you looking at the coffin of a King Barov.
I want to open that casket of the king.
Damn, are we sure that's a good idea?
Wait up, Dave. This is, the man's parents could be.
Jericho, do you know where we are? Do you think any of this is a good idea? We're here. We may as well get the full experience.
Yeah, but just because Strahd's kind of a dick doesn't mean we have to go poking around in his parents' final resting place.
No, I'm just going to see if they're actually dead. And then I'm going to close it and walk away.
Hearing that, Reginald's eyes get like 3 times bigger. I'll go check the other one. I want to head off that way.
Okay.
I'm gonna stealth in a corner, if I can.
All right. Roll your stealth.
Is stealth applicable here? Oh.
I mean,
Yay.
Huh?
I was going to roll it, but I accidentally dropped the dice and it landed on a 19.
Nice. All right, Jericho, you go over there and hide in the south corner where the stairs and the wall meet. Derman, you pop the lid off of the King Barov's coffin, and within it you see, at first you're surprised to see a very well-preserved human being in there, but then upon further inspection you see that this is just a very beautifully sculpted, life-sized wax effigy of King Barov.
I didn't know it, never mind.
I unknew it.
What'd you know?
Well, no, I thought I had a theory that like the curtain was a it was like kind of like a gentle repose type deal where he had his parents' corpses in there, but he was like preserving them.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Nope, just looks like a wax effigy of his father in there.
And when I bust open the other one, what happens?
When you bust open the other one, there's some stink. There's a little stink in there. It holds only a skeleton adorned in the finest garments that you have ever laid eyes on. A beautiful queenly dress adorns this skeleton. A beautiful queenly white shroud as well covers all these bones.
So, Reginald, having opened this coffin and glanced back to see what was in the other one, looks back at his own coffin. It says, Darman, what gives? Yours looks a lot more juicy than this one.
Well, I am pretty special. But no, this one is actually just wax.
Hey, Devin.
Maybe?
Does it look like Strahd? Does it look like it could be a Strahd dead?
It does.
I turn back and look at it, and does it?
It does.
to me. It does. I turn back to just darkness in general. No, I'm kind of like just looking in a random direction back toward the stairs mostly. Yes, it does. It does look like him. Like it could be. Certainly.
Hard to say with this one. It's a bit
I mean, you could.
crispy.
I mean, you could check the bone structure.
I don't know how to check the bone structure.
You use
All
your
right.
eyes mostly.
So, is there anything worth being here for?
Not that I.
All right.
Can't say I feel right about desecrating somebody's parents' grave.
Well, let's seal the old fools up and skedaddle.
Stay fresh in there. I just want to close that lid gently and keep a little tap closed.
All right.
And may we never meet again.
I want to swoosh back up them stairs.
You swoosh. You're back up the stairs. Now standing in the catacombs once more.
Supposed to be giving me the heebie-jeebies. I'm gonna play as though I'm ready to get this done and get out.
Yeah, you're in a spooky place for sure.
All right, boys. I'm out of ideas. What next?
Well, we could always try the flamey torch again.
I want to point across the way towards them spirally stairs. What's ahead of us?
Okay, yeah.
What's that way?
Down the hall.
Anybody-
Sorry, go ahead.
That was it.
Sorry, down the hall is a spiral staircase. It seems as though it is a spiral staircase heading upward. This is a staircase you have not been on before.
Interesting.
Hey, that one looks like it goes up.
Yes, yeah. If we're going up, I say that is the route we take. I gotta pee, so Dermon's gonna do whatever the group decides.
All right, cool.
Autopilot.
Reginald, I'm pretty sure that staircase is gonna lead us back up to the same floor where we encountered what's his name? Rahodden. But I've been wrong before. On that same floor there was a spiral nope, I don't know that. I was about to say there was a spiral staircase that didn't connect to the rest of the map.
Yeah, you don't know that.
Well, my reckoning is we've poked in pretty much all the corners around here. There's not a lot of poking left to poke.
Yeah, but recall we do have the option of the brazier that could teleport us wherever we need to go.
Right. I'll tell you what. Let's head back to the brazier, and let's see if we could get a bit farther down the way. We'll say.
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Looks like Dermon's already headed that way.
All right, you guys head towards the brazier. You, of course, remember the trap that you passed by here last evening. So you guys all handily best the trap. This time, it's actually Dermon who has the bright idea. He picks up a loose stone that was in the hallway, and he jams it into the latch where the trap would have broken free. Tests it one time for himself, passes over the top of it, and then the rest of you follow suit. The trap is now disabled, and you guys can walk across it.
Just so you know, Dr. Smoke really wanted Dermon to light Strahd's dad on fire to make sure he was actually made of wax.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Perfect.
That is old Dermon. Lawful good Dermon can no longer do such things. He is no longer legally allowed to be a pyromaniac.
I just said that.
So we have Dr. Smoke listening with us this evening.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Apparently he's questioning how he could possibly be lawful good. Because I said he's lawful good, and he said, Dermon?
Yeah, I guess I too have forgotten about that rule, but we'll see.
The very astute Dr. Smoke. We have successfully crossed over, danced over the trap, right?
You guys find yourself back in the brazier room. A room hanging wall to wall with over-the-shoulder boulder holders.
Man, that is.
Well, not over the shoulder and not quite boulders, but little shiny pebbles.
Absolutely, little shiny pebbles. Worn in the pocket, not on the chest.
There you go.
Currently.
Right now, so look, which one of these is which? We tried one the last time. I don't know if I want to go back that way.
Well, I think we could handle that little man if we wanted to go back. But I'm fine going wherever. I have no horse in this fight, as it were.
Can I? Mine was the green one, right?
Correct.
That I took in my pocket. Can I just take a little peek-see around the side of this thing or wherever it's at and see if another green one is in place?
No, there is no green one in place. The hole that the green one used to be in remains empty. The green one that is in your hand seems to be the one that belongs there.
So is there an inscription for each one? Tells you what kind of place it goes to?
So I think it would behoove me to read the description of this room again, just so everybody knows. This room is 30 feet square, rising to 20 feet tall ceiling. A stone brazier burns fiercely in the center of the room, but its tall white flame produces no heat. The rim of the brazier is carved with 7 cup-shaped indentations spaced evenly around the circumference. Within each indentation is a spherical stone, twice the diameter of a human eyeball, and made of a colored crystal. No 2 stones are the same color. Overhead, a wood-framed hourglass as tall and wide as a dwarf. Let's all laugh at the fact that that's measurement. We did that one time before.
Standard dwarf.
That hourglass hangs 10 feet above the brazier, suspended from the ceiling by thick iron chains. All the sand is stuck in the upper portion of the hourglass, seemingly unable to run down to the bottom. Written in glowing script on the base of the hourglass is a verse in common. 2 9-foot-tall iron statues of knights on horseback, poised to charge with swords drawn, stand in deep alcoves facing one another. The brazier sits between them. The verse on the underside of the hourglass reads as follows. Cast a stone into the fire. Violet leads to mountain spire. Orange to the castle's peak. Red if lore is what you seek. Green to where the coffins hide. Indigo to the master's bride. Blue to ancient magic's womb. Yellow to the master's tomb.
All right, that went a little bit quick. I was trying to write them down. Violet's mountain spire. Orange is
Castle's peak.
Castle's peak.
Red if lore is what you seek.
Red lore. What else we got?
Green to where the coffins hide.
Okay.
And indigo. Out you go where the master's bride. Blue to ancient magic's womb. WOMB. Yellow to the master's tomb.
Keith, can you zoom in on the part we're in now?
Yeah, sorry. You find yourself... Is that a UID or are you receiving direction from outside?
I took a picture of it and sent it to Dr. Smoke to say, hey, this is a fire that teleports you places.
Yeah.
But then you read the description again.
Gotcha.
And he said, oh, cool, I can't really see detail on the map on Keith's feed.
Yeah, it's hard. It's small.
It's all good now.
One day things will get better.
I want to take that green one that I had in my hand and just chuck it into the little fire.
You chuck it into the fire. The white flame in the brazier. It turns green. Burning brightly.
Boys. I want to just stick my head first into the thing to see what I see.
All right, when you touch the green fire, you are instantly teleported to...
room full of skeletons from earlier.
You find yourself... Oh boy. Let me turn to that place.
Uh-oh.
Reginald, you close your eyes. Everyone else here is a little... As Reginald ceases to be before them. And Reginald, you find yourself... In just a second, where I'll be able to read to you. Welcome to the stream, Alex Hess. Thanks for being here, buddy. During Dungeon Boys, I don't read a ton of chat, but know that whatever you type, I will see it. But we are recording a podcast, so I try not to derail. It's been a while since the bot has told you guys that, so that be it. All right. You find yourself in this large, drafty room is strung with cobwebs and takes up most of the upper floor of a place that you've never been. Sorry, the notifications for the stream are extremely loud. Thank you for the host, Alex. I appreciate it. This large, drafty room is strung with cobwebs. Stacks of wooden planks lie amid several crates marked junk.
Junk. So, can I just jump back to that little flamey portal thing?
Yes, the flame is behind you, and the flame remains its normal size. Where Jack and Derman are, the hourglass has begun. Jericho and Derman have begun. The hourglass sands have begun to fall. The flame is getting smaller and smaller, but you touch the flame again, and you pass back to where your friends are. Bloop.
Bloop. Can you read the description of that room one more time? I assume he's telling us about it.
Yep, this large, drafty room is strung with cobwebs. Stacks of wooden planks lie amid several crates marked junk. Reginald, would you mind rolling a perception check for whenever you arrived in that room for me real quick?
To percept it?
Uh-huh.
Let's see. It's 18.
Good job. While you were there, Reginald, you remember that out of one of the windows, even though it was covered in cobwebs, you could see out of one of the windows. And whilst looking out of one of the windows, very briefly, you could have swore outside the window you saw a town square, and glinting in the sunlight of the morning, you swear you could almost see the head of a man you recognize as the Potion Man.
Nice. So I wanna get back to these fellas and just quickly describe what I saw, including the brief add-on that I believe I saw a fine fella from town would sold us some of those good potions we had.
So the portal took you back to Velaki?
It could be. I don't know. I saw a prominent figure of the Velaki township.
It seemed that way. Seemed like you were back in Velaki based on the city square.
Did not see a Strahd though, so let's keep this one in reserve, mayhap as a way out.
That was green stone?
It was a green.
That's the one that said something about coffins, right?
It was. I did not see a coffin. I saw planks and boxes said junk.
I would like to try the blue one.
Okay.
And plug it and toss it in and jump through.
All right. After the green fire burns down and the white fire reappears, you toss a blue stone into the fire, and you appear in a different place. A place that is in a different part of my book where I must turn. I should stop saying that.
Constant itching.
Very much stop saying things like that.
Uh-oh.
What?
You, at the beginning of the thing, telling us we do a good job, but didn't want to.
Yeah, yanking wieners?
Yeah.
Alright. A goal. Here you go. Derman, this is what you see. A golden marble staircase with a black marble railing hugs the north wall of this room as it spirals gently up to a 30-foot wide shaft. Lying in the middle of this room are 6 rotting wooden crates. The amber-covered walls are sculpted to look like tentacles that entwine around marble bas-reliefs of kings, queens, pharaohs, and sultans attended by myriad slaves. The west, south, and east walls contain alcoves, and standing in each alcove is a tall, rough block of amber. 2 wide cracks have opened up in the south wall, spilling rubble and shattered pieces of amber onto the floor. Into the southeast corner of the room, roll a perception check.
Okay. That's a 24.
This does not seem anything like the castle you're in. It's colder here. if things could get colder than the Castle Ravenloft, it's colder here. The architecture here looks nothing like the castle. You haven't seen any amber in this castle so far. You, to your best knowledge, are no longer in Castle Ravenloft.
You said they're rotting boxes?
Yeah, they're rotting crates, yeah.
Can I go? I want to look at one just very, very quickly. I want to, like, try to pop one open.
Can I jump through the thing?
You absolutely can.
And I'd like to do a little bit of dialogue before, like, real quick.
Okay.
Dermot, do you need any help in here? Is there anything? Have you seen any danger?
No danger necessarily, but I don't think we're in the castle anymore. All of this stuff is new and unique and not unlike the castle. Also, did you notice that chill?
Yeah, we're probably closer to the mountains in the north. Are you planning to investigate this?
What was that?
Are you planning to investigate this room much?
I just want to see what's in these crates. I know we don't have much time before the portal closes, so I just want to pop one open really quick and then go back.
That's why I've come through. I'll get on the other side of the portal. If it closes, I'll open it back up.
Excellent, thank you.
And I'm a swoosh back through.
All right. When Dermot, you try to open up one of the boxes, when you pop the lid off of it, staring you directly in the face is a vampire spawn that has just awoken. It bares your teeth. It bares its teeth and reaches out to grab at you. Roll initiative.
Good.
While he's doing that,
back in the box, back in the box, back in the box.
Hey, Reginald.
Hey.
Dermot found it. It looks like some kind of sculpture room. It's got some boxes of old junk in there. Yeah, he's just taking a look around. I'm gonna stay here and make sure the portal stays open for him.
Sculptures?
Yeah.
Like that's not what we're looking for.
Tentacles coming out of the walls and stuff. He's kind of a history buff, it seems.
Yeah, all right.
If you want to join him, he's in there, but there's not much adventuring going on.
Did it at least look interesting?
It was cool. It's a good change from the creepy castle we're in now. I mean, I enjoyed it, but somebody's got to stay here and make sure this thing doesn't close.
You got this, right? You got this.
Oh yeah, I can perfectly well throw a stone back into the fire.
All right. Well, I'll go. At least I can tell everyone back home that got to go to a different place. Yeah, well, all right. I'll go.
All right, Reginald, don't do it yet. Roll initiative first.
Oh. No. 5.
Okay. 5. 5.
I wanted to inform him about the room, but I also didn't want to be like, get in there now.
Gotcha.
I don't know that there's anything wrong.
Yep. Dermot, what you got?
I got a 16.
All right. And Reginald, you got a 5. Man, my original order worked just fine. All right. Dermot, the vampire spawn is directly before you. Behind you, about 30 feet away, is the fire. I'm not going to map this combat out. I'm just going to, let's just kind of roll it off the cuff because it's a surprise deal. So, Dermot, it is your turn. You are within melee range, obviously, of this vampire spawn.
Huzzah. Well. Huh.
Well.
I'm gonna...
Vampire knows.
I'm gonna, take the action to disengage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna run through the portal.
All right. As Reginald, you're stepping towards the portal, Dermot appears, jumping out of the flame, and lands in your arm, Scooby-Doo style.
Hi, Dermot.
Don't go in there.
Well, no, I mean, I want to see the statues.
That's not a good... No.
I told you didn't have to hurry back. I was going to keep the portal open.
Well, yeah, I mean, what's this?
Now it's an issue of closing the portal. You know those boxes? Yeah, there was a vampire in there.
Stepping back. Reginald is stepping back,
Well,
stepping back.
you're not moving yet because
Scooby-Doo style holding on to Dermot.
yeah, you're still Scooby-Doo style holding on to Dermot. That's my little added flair, but you're not moving yet because we're still in combat. The vampire spawn. Dermot, are you finished with your stuff?
Yeah.
You, of course, can use some movement speed to get out of his arms if you want to, but...
Yeah, I'll do that, because I've still got like 10 left, so I'm going to do that.
Okay, so now at this point, I will also... Jericho, I'm going to need you to roll initiative.
That's a 14.
14?
Yeah.
Okay. Doodle-doot, doodle-doot. Okay, mark that down. We have everybody. Then we got Reg. Then we got... Make that a little bit smaller. And make that a little bit smaller. And that a little bit smaller. Everybody sing it with me. And that a little bit smaller. And everything's almost done.
That was good. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, thanks. All right, all right. What now?
Really good. Did you want me to note times on this combat setup? Or
No, you're good. You're good. All right, so you guys came right here. Reginald is there. Dermot, which way do you go with your movement speed? Left or right of Reginald?
I guess right. It don't much matter, I guess. You know.
Okay, we'll have Jericho on the left there. Dermot on the right. We'll say the armor was waiting patiently behind. These squares are 20 feet wide. And after you move that way, Jericho... What?
Squares are 10 feet wide, I believe.
Did I say 20?
Yeah.
I meant 10. Sorry. Yes, 10. Squares are 10 feet wide. Coming out of the portal is a vampire spawn that also lands right in front of Reginald. It says. And you being the first creature it sees, it's going to try to do horrible, dirty, evil things to you.
Do it.
It's going to try to claw you, my sweet prince.
I mean, you can try.
And it's going to fail. It only rolled a 19.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do it.
So it tries to claw you, but also it tries to reach into your... tries to reach toward your neck and bite you. It bites you with a natural 20, my friend.
Ooh,
I am sorry, but it succeeds in its bite.
You ain't sorry. Do it. Do it.
You're right, I'm not sorry.
Take it.
Okay, so it's gonna roll 5. Ooh, 8. This is actually bad news that it critted on this, buddy. 8. So 11 piercing damage against you.
Whee.
Oof. Unfortunate as well. And then 8 necrotic damage.
Ow.
And if you'll remember, that necrotic damage is going to burrow into your skin, and your hit point maximum is now decreased by 8.
But I like my skin.
It sucks your blood out, and as it pulls its teeth dripping with orc blood away from your neck, it says, "You taste strange."
As it pulls its teeth out, dripping with my orc blood, I say, "Ow!"
Perfect. A perfect response.
Eloquent as ever.
Thank you, Reginald. Eloquent as ever. Very funny. Okay, it is now, Reginald, your turn. A vampire dripping with blood stands before you.
I got a 5 on initiative.
You
You
less.
already passed me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had to pass Jericho because technically he wasn't prepared for initiative, so he's in the order, but we'll have to get him next turn.
Which makes no sense.
Yeah.
Wasn't prepared for initiative.
All right, so
Yeah.
I'm going in with my axe. I got to.
Okay.
It's 26 to hit.
Yep. As the vampire bites you, you reach behind you and pull your axe off your back and swing it down towards the vampire, connecting with it. Your magical axe.
I'm going for the shoulder. 10 damage.
10 damage to the shoulder of the vampire.
Ah! And then a 22 to continue the attack
Will also hit.
with 11 damage.
11 damage.
Mm.
It's sliced down.
Okay.
All
And
the
that's-
while, the sand above your head is running down to the bottom of the hourglass.
Yeah, that's all I got this move.
Okay.
Because I can't take an action. Okay, so we're good.
Derman, your turn has returned.
Oh, goody. Goody. I'm gonna come up on him, and I'm gonna stab at him with my dagger.
Stab him.
Oh, heck. Well, whatever, that's fine. Well, that's a 9.
You do not hit.
You do not do. Okay, then my armor gonna come up, and he gonna stab at him twice.
All right, Derman comes in and stabs at the vampire with his blade, but the vampire reaches down and swats the blade away. The armor comes in, going to stab twice with each of his forearms.
One was a 9 again, and the other was a 19. Well, yeah, 19.
The vampire is able to dodge underneath one of the forearms coming in for a headshot, but it dodges directly down into the second left hook coming from the armor and takes some damage.
7 damage.
He takes 7 damage.
Ah! That hurts!
As you stab it into its belly. Jericho, it's your turn.
How's this vampire looking?
Worse than he started, but not too bad.
Not too bad. Okay. I'm gonna use my hold vampire charge thingy. Wisdom save 15.
Oh yeah, sorry. You mean I don't just make a sound effect?
I mean, you can.
He fails the wisdom save. The vampire is paralyzed, giving all of you advantage on attacks and such.
Oh yeah.
That's my action.
Okay.
Who goes after me in?
The vampire would go after you.
Who of my allies? Reginald.
Reginald
next, right?
would. Yeah.
Reginald.
Hey.
I don't think he's gonna be doing much for a minute. A minute. That's how long it lasts. You wanna push him back through to where he came from?
Maybe.
Just give him a shove. He's standing still. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. He's gonna roll to try to get out of this thing again because it's his turn now. Uh-oh. That's possible, right? Remind me. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't write it down, but I do remember you saying that they could try again on their turn.
All right. He tries again, and this time he's able to. You can see a little bit of movement twitching in his hands as he's working through the paralysis provided by the holy symbol of Ravenkind. But so yeah, he does gain the benefits of being out of paralysis. He succeeds on the throw. He begins to move again almost immediately.
Did that take his action or his movement?
That took his action, so he can't do anything else. It's the end of his turn.
Okay. So is it my move now?
Yeah, she'll move.
Can I just finger to the old forehead and just boop, push him back through the little portal flame?
He is no longer paralyzed, so you're noticing him begin to move. So, I mean, if you want to roll to use one finger, you certainly can. I'm not going to change the mechanics of it, but yeah, you can try to push him. Roll a strength contest. Then how about that?
That wouldn't be a saving throw, right? Yeah, that'd just be like a regular strength.
Well, first of all, roll to hit. We'll roll to hit, then we'll decide how much pushing you get done.
Okay, so like just a straight 20 to hit, or with my modifier?
It would be whatever an unarmed strike would be, I guess, if you're just using your hands.
Okay.
So that would be plus your, I assume, probably dexterity or strength plus what's the P word? Proficiency. There it is. Yeah. You roll a 24?
Yep.
You successfully touch him with your hands. Now we will roll a strength contest to see if you succeed in grappling this boy and pushing him away.
15?
That is more than what he rolled. He rolled a 9. So you're able to push this vampire backwards, pushing him with a great deal of strength. You're able to push him off balance. His heel hits against the brazier, and he falls backward through the flame. Bloop. And he gone.
Nice. All right, so fire is extinguished.
The fire is still blue. It has not yet been the allotted time.
All right, can I? To push him through the thing would have been my action, would it not?
Correct.
All right, I'm going to.
Tell me what you want to do.
I'm gonna holler out.
Okay.
Dermot, change your fire! Change your fire! And that's my turn.
All right, Reginald or Dermot, it's your turn. Dermot?
Oh no, I shoved him through by accident.
I haven't seen. Are we having audio difficulties?
Don't see no difficulties. Let's see.
Me neither. Ba-ba-bum. Conveniently at a quite climactic portion of the battle.
Right? Need some elevator music. We just need more elevator.
We need elevator music.
Right?
I hear noise. Dermot, is that you?
No, that's Juice coming in here and sniffing around the desk. Dermot. Where are you?
All right, brief popcorn break, chat.
All right.
Intermission.
Will Dermot grab the orb? Will the podcast continue? Will...
It doesn't say he's disconnected.
Nope. I just saw a little blip on his mic.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm here. I fell asleep.
Behold!
All right.
Intense.
Yeah. What's going on?
I mean,
What's
do we need to stop for the night or what?
No, you're fine. We were good. What's going on?
You're going to save our bacon.
Yep, so Reginald just pushed the vampire backwards into the flame. The flame teleported the vampire away, and Reginald has just yelled, Dermot, change the fire, change the fire.
Okay. I grab the red one then, and I throw it in.
All right, you reach around and grab the red orb, throwing the red orb into the fire. The red orb, of course, being the one that changes the fire red. And it says, if lore is what you seek. So the fire does immediately turn from blue to red. The threat of the vampire coming back through, based on what you know about this teleportation brazier and everything, seems to be quelled. And you are now out of combat with red fire and an hourglass ticking down.
So, whatever place that was through that, it wasn't in the castle, you suppose, right? We don't have to worry about him going to warn or wake up his good buddy, this old stroke fella, right?
It didn't seem like it was in the castle. It seemed much colder and of different architecture.
Right. That was the blue one, right?
Yes, sir.
That was the blue one, yes, sir.
Is there a blue gem in there now?
Yes, the blue gem has returned. Yes, it has.
I'm gonna take the blue gem out and just stick that in my pocket.
Okay.
Hoping that, like last time, it does not regenerate itself another blue gem.
Right. You have reason to believe this will be the case.
Right. Lock the door, take the key.
The fire now burns red before you. The hourglass ticks down.
Red is not the way to the tomb of the master.
No. It says here, if I read this right, it's about lore.
Do we want to continue checking every one of these rooms, or do we want to go straight to the master's tomb and get this done?
I say we go straight to the master's tomb.
Assuming that it is the right location. All right, Reginald, you on
Well,
board?
I'm intrigued by the castle's peak and whatever this mountain spire is, but I see your point.
I think you've got a point. Our friend on the outside, Davian,
Right.
said he'd be flying overhead and we'd just have to give him a signal and he'd join us. Maybe a big orange fire at the top of the castle would be a good signal, but he should come down and meet us.
How fortuitous that the stone for that one is also orange. Let's light a fire. Let's do it. I want to just grab that one and just flick it into the little...
I'll stay down
little
here
thing.
and keep the portal open. One of you try and wave him down and see if you can get him into the castle. I think this is I think we're down to the wire here.
Yeah. Hey, Darman, you poked around at the last one. You poked a bit too roughly, I think, on that one. Now, let me take this one here.
Do you have means to start a fire?
Oh, I believe so. And I've got my little bag with 8 of those alchemist fires on it.
The fire is the other end of the portal is also a fire, is it not?
Yeah.
So it opens with a fire up. Hang on, in character. I'm pretty sure that whenever we make the orange fire here, it'll make an orange fire where it's going to be.
Right.
If it's at the top of the castle on one of the battlements, then it should be visible.
Well, so we ain't even got to go through it.
Well,
No.
we don't know that it's visible.
That's true. But also, even if it is, I doubt he's going to fly into a fire thinking, oh, that's my friends right there.
Right. Tell you what, Pedro, I'll be right back. Just one moment. I'm holding up like the one finger thing as I like scuba dive, like backwards fall into the flame.
Okay.
Oh.
So, let me figure out exactly where you land.
Oh God. Little portal of orange fire opens up about a quarter mile.
Reginald, you find yourself in a dark, dreary room with manacles attached to the walls. In the middle of the room is a wood-framed bed fitted with leather restraints. At the foot of the bed rests a closed iron chest. Its lid sculpted with an emblem. This book is wrought with typos. Its lid sculpted with an emblem. A wooden ladder leads up to a trapdoor in the ceiling. Thin streams of water drip through the trapdoor's rotting wood, forming a puddle around the base of the ladder.
I just jump right back through the fire.
Okay. You return to your friends.
What's over there?
And I describe it. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing the top of a whole lot. It doesn't look like it's been in use in some time. I mean, there's manacles and whatnot. I mean, I described the whole thing.
Yeah.
Wouldn't the trapdoor leading up with the ladder not be the top?
You know, you might be onto something, but just seeing the rest of the contents of the thing, I decided not to go and poking about. You reckon I ought to poke a bit more?
I can do it if you don't want to.
No. Open it if it closes.
Dermot, did you say something?
Well, no, I was just going to volunteer to go in his place.
Gotcha. Well, get on with the original. We're burning daylight or something.
Got it. On to adventure. Jumping through. Climbing the ladder.
Okay, you jump through. You appear back in this room. You climb up the ladder. Opening the trap door, a cold wind greets you atop the tower roof. Its rain-slicked flagstone surrounded by a 20-foot diameter ring of stone battlements. What is this book? This sentence. A cold wind greets you atop the tower roof. Its rain-slicked flagstone surrounded by a 20-foot okay, no, I understand now. Sorry. Its rain-slicked flagstone surrounded by a 20-foot diameter ring of stone battlements. The thunderclouds above suddenly coalesce into a terrible visage of Strahd. The face utters a ghastly moan as thousands of bats fly out of its gaping maw and descend towards the tower. You have but moments before the bats descend upon you.
Okay. I'm not even bothering the ladder. I'm just jumping back down through that thing. Before I do, I want to take one of my alchemist fires that I had ready and just drop it on the roof. I'm just smash it.
Okay. You smash the alchemist fire on the roof. The roof is consumed in flames, and you drop back through the trap door. With the sound of screeching bats can be heard above you.
Is the flame still flamey? Can I jump back through the flame
Oh, you've
portal?
barely been here moments. Yeah, you can hop back through the flame.
All right, hopping through there, and as soon as I get through, I want to immediately grab one of the other gems. I don't care what color it is, and just shove it in there.
Okay. This time you grab.
All those things lighting up like a Skittle.
Yep.
We haven't grabbed purple or indigo yet.
Okay, so this time you grab the purple. There was a purple one.
I think.
Oh, violet maybe?
Yeah, violet.
Okay, this time you grab the violet one, and the flame turns violet.
Let's
Reginald,
nope.
Why'd you do
Nope.
that?
Nope. We should not go back through there. Giant strong head up in the sky, spewing clouds of bats, coming to eat my eyeballs. I like my eyeballs, boys. I want to keep my eyeballs.
With the bats coming through the trap door?
Not yet.
Did you close it?
No.
Bats don't have thumbs, Reginald.
Right. But the roof is also on fire.
I see.
Well,
I like my eyeballs.
I mean, what do you want to do?
what?
What do you want to do, Damon?
Well, have we
The
been
fire
to the book yet? The yellow one, I think it was.
Yes, but I don't know how we're gonna get Davian in here. Keith, in
Yo.
the description of the room with the trap door, was there windows in the room before you go up to the top?
There are no windows in that room.
Okay.
Wait, so we have been to the one. It's like where the master. Wait, like where's
We haven't
coffin?
been to the master's tomb.
We've not done that yet. We
Yeah,
wanted
that's
to.
the one. That's the one that I'm asking about. That's the one that I want to go to.
Yeah. We were trying to signal Davian Martikov to try and
Oh.
come in.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
orange was the castle's peak. The
Yeah.
violet one was the one that I chucked in there just randomly, and that one said Mountain Spire.
Oh, I'll go in there.
All right. You arrive in a place. I'll
Before he
assume.
goes, while you're looking that up, I just want to hand on both shoulders, look Dermot straight in the eye, look out for the bats. If he's still up there, cloud of bats out the face. You'll know it if you see it. Run away.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you. And I stick my hand in that fire.
All right. You find yourself. You find yourself in a place. A
That one turned
cold,
out actual fire.
a cold hearth stands across from the door of the room you appear in. The wind is howling down its chimney. A stone staircase is on the south wall. 3 windows look out over a foggy sea. Roll perception for me.
Okay. That's a nat 20 plus 12. That's a 32.
Okay, looking out over the foggy sea, across the sea again, it seems as though if it were not for the small orange light atop it, you might not be able to see Castle Ravenloft across the foggy sea. But being with your keen cat eyes, you can, many miles away, look and see Castle Ravenloft in all its glory, with a small orange hat atop it, the color of fire.
And Herman never went back.
Just lived on the mountain forever.
So Derman lived happily ever after.
What, is there anything else in the room?
Nothing beyond what I've just mentioned to you.
What is the point? Is there a door out?
Yeah, there's a door that leads out.
I've opened that door.
All right, you open the door that leads out, and you find yourself looking out towards a rocky pathway. It's freezing, biting cold up here. The altitude is extremely high. You had to turn away from the place that you were looking out of, the sea that you were looking towards. But to walk essentially away from the castle, you seem to be far north of it. And you walk out to find yourself presumably on some sort of mountain pass that appears at the top of the mountain.
I will walk a few feet down the path, I guess.
Okay. Walking a few feet down the path, your suspicions are confirmed. You are at a mountain pass on top of a mountain in the north of Barovia. Again, down the mountain and towards Castle Ravenloft, you're looking out over the lake, the sea that you've seen before. It's to the north of Vallaki. And you look out across it to see the castle far away from you.
Well, all right then. I turn back and I go through the portal again, I guess.
All right, you appear back in the brazier room with your friends.
There does not seem to be anything of value in there.
I'm starting to think that none of these have anything of value for us.
Yeah, that's what it seems like, kind of.
So, yellow?
Sounds good to me.
Reginald's already pulled out yellow. He's like just tossing it up in the air, like, okay, you ready?
All right.
Well, we've got no backup. We never found the things in our fortune. Well, we found the one item.
Just as a reminder, I think earlier you told me that you hadn't been to Violet or one other one?
Correct. We opened the red portal, but we never actually went into it. And Indigo, we never opened the Indigo portal.
Correct, yeah. You've never been to red, just as a...
Well, there's only 2 rooms left. Shall we?
Yeah. Throw one in. I'm itching to go again, unless anyone else wants to.
No, it's good to be thorough with these kind of things.
Reginald, you went in the last one. You mind keeping the portal open here, and Dermot and I will check out the red one?
I got it. You can count on me.
All right. I toss that red stone into that glowing fire of doom.
Okay.
Before anybody goes anywhere, Reginald's like holding his axe like wound up for that home run pitch coming through.
Okay.
I'm jumping into the portal. Juice. Stop.
All right.
Quiet.
Jericho. No. Jericho. You're about to be very satisfied.
Okay.
A blazing hearth fire fills this room with rolling...
I grabbed the sword from the top of it.
A blazing hearth fire fills this room with rolling waves of red and amber light. The walls are lined with ancient books and tomes, their leather covers well oiled and preserved through careful use. All is in order here. The stone floor is concealed beneath a thick, luxurious rug. In the center of the room is a large, low table, waxed and polished to a mirrored finish. Even the poker in its stand next to the blazing fireplace is polished. Large, overstuffed divans and divans and couches are arranged about the room. 2 chairs of burgundy-colored wood with padded leather seats and back cushions face the hearth.
What's the art scene look like?
A huge painting hangs over the mantelpiece in a heavy gilded frame. The rolling firelight illuminates the carefully rendered portrait. It is an exact likeness of Irina Kolyana.
How about
You are immediately reminded of your fortune, which told you...
I got it pulled up.
Okay, which was revealed to you what you are about to tell us.
Seek in the castle, blah blah blah, place of supplication. That's not it. Yep, here it is. This card of power and strength, it tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight. The 8 of Swords, the necromancer card. A woman hangs above a roaring fire. Find her, and you will find the treasure.
You did it!
Yay!
You're in the room with the treasure. Also in the corner is the devil Strahd. He blasts you with a fireball. You're dead.
Yay!
Just kidding. For now.
Say, somewhere Steve Harvey and his mustache are smiling.
I want to investigate that painting. Does it look like it should hinge off the wall and be
All
safe?
right. Roll an
Sword.
investigation check.
I help him.
It's a nat 20. I need no help.
Okay. Oh, what's luckily is that you need no help, because you look at the mantelpiece. Lying under the mantelpiece, under the portrait of Tatiana, you find the sword of sunlight.
Same person.
Ta-da! What?
Hey. So wait, I didn't see that there.
Huh? Initially? Yeah, you saw it.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear it in the description.
No, sorry.
All right.
So it's a fortune, so it would not have been here had your fortune not been read that way. So I guess I should have just thrown that in. That would have probably sounded a lot better, huh? What a loser. Let me tell you
Finally.
about it. I assume you grab it.
Yeah. Hang on. I've been wanting a sword that'll actually cut these stupid vampires. Silver swords and all that crap. I'm assuming this thing, is it glowing or anything?
Oh, baby. It's a goddamn lightsaber.
Awesome. I'm pretty sure it's gonna cut a vampire.
All right, it's not. So it's really just a handle that you see initially,
Okay.
but when you grab it, a blade of pure light comes from the handle.
Oh, finally.
I'm gonna give you guys a depiction of it real quick, in the Discord. So let's talk amongst ourselves for just a moment, so you can
may
kind of
wanna
see.
Bring it up on the screen.
I will do that. That desire was already in my sweet little head.
It's already a cool sword before the description hit.
If you'll check Dungeoneering, you will be able to see a photograph of the sword.
Oh, yes.
That's cool.
Kinky.
Yes.
Kinky, baby. It's kinky. Alright, so let me open original. Sorry, this is going to take me just a second. Save image as... Oh, but you finally found it. How's it feel, Bryce? After so much searching.
Well, I've asked every person in this game if they know about it.
Yep. You have.
None of them did. And
You
I
have.
found it by accident.
Alright, so...
We almost didn't go through that one.
Yeah.
You almost didn't, god dang it.
That's the one I wanted to go through originally, and then we just took so much time on all the rest of them. I was like, yeah, maybe we just need to get this done.
Okay, so here's the Sword of Sunlight, everybody who's looking.
What are you chewing on, Juice?
The Sword of Sunlight. That's what it looks like. It's a handle. It's got a blue inlaid crystal. There's probably a description here. But you grab it. You grab the Sword of Sunlight. Do you not?
I do.
Okay. Let me
I mean,
read up
could
on
you-
this. You learn a few things about this sword. This sword makes you feel, it gives you a feeling that it was owned in the past by the same person who had built the tower that you all destroyed. This sword once belonged to the great wizard Kazan. And this sword feels as though it is only half of a whole. This sword used to have a blade, but it no longer has a physical blade. But the sword was hidden from Strahd, and it seems as though Strahd may have found it and placed it in his castle. But this sword also, as you hold it, you detect that it is sentient. You can feel that this sword has desires. But it has properties, so it has sentience. You can help me deal with this, but first of all, this sword is sentient. The Sun Sword is a sentient chaotic good weapon. Well, it has an intelligence of 11, so I guess we need to. Will you take these down so it's one thing I don't have to think about?
Yeah.
It has an intelligence of 11, a wisdom of 17, and charisma of 16. It has hearing and normal vision out to a range of 60 feet. And this weapon will communicate to you by transmitting emotions to the creature carrying or wielding it.
Okay.
You can tell that this sword wants to kill Strahd. You have a desire to get out of here and kill Strahd. You can detect that this sword, as you hold it, is telling you its purpose is to kill Strahd, not because it hates Strahd, but for revenge for something. You can also detect a bit of fear within the blade. So now,
tell what the fear is directed at.
roll a charisma check, I guess.
9.
A 9. It seems as though this sword may have a bit of a fear of being destroyed. So let's talk about a sunblade.
Derman says he cannot hear you, Keith.
God.
He said that. I guess you cannot hear him.
Rip Strim. Strim should be back. What the heck?
I see you on stream.
Okay. F this, bro! Alright. I need Derman to leave and come back.
Zenas, leave and come back, Keith says.
You will be welcomed in the afterlife.
So let's stop this recording and then we'll make a new one. Nope, because Derman's not here, so it's not going to save his bloody recording. Zencaster's helped us a lot, but it's also hot, stinky trash.
I'm returned.
Welcome back. We will have to be using Twitch audio for the podcast, so hope you guys are enjoying that. Anyway, let's go back to continue what a sun sword is, or a sun blade.
Yeah, at least it stopped in like a transition.
Yep, it did. It stopped in a transition. We'll try to remember to cut that out. This item appears to be a longsword hilt. While grasping the hilt, you can use a bonus action to cause a blade of pure radiance to spring into existence or to make the blade disappear. While the blade exists, the magic longsword has the finesse property. If you are proficient with short swords or long swords, you are proficient with the sun blade.
I can't get all that. Or do you have like a stat block for it?
It's not a stat block. It's something I'm reading from D&D Beyond. This is a D&D weapon. Okay. So I'll post it. I'll post it right here. Sorry, Twitch viewers, for these things.
Does Zencaster need to be recording again?
No, because it's not. The first crap's worthless because Zenas got kicked out. We don't have any history of Zenus's recording anymore.
Okay.
which blows, but it's okay. Hopefully the audio is sounded fine on Twitch, and that'll just have to be how it is. Let's see. What was I saying? Sunblade. What else does the Sunblade do? You gain a +2 to bonus attack and damage rolls made with this weapon, which deals radiant damage instead of slashing. When you hit an undead with it, the target takes an extra 1d8. The sword's luminous blade emits a bright light in a 15-foot radius and dim light for an additional 15 feet. The light is sunlight. While the blade persists, you can use an action to expand or reduce its radius of bright and dim light by 5 feet each to a maximum of 30 feet or a minimum of 10 foot each. Nice. You finally found it, Derman. You finally found it.
Jericho?
You mean Jericho?
Jericho. Whoever.
You mean Reggie?
Everybody.
The audio sounds good on stream.
Perfect. Good. That's perfect. Thank you, Dr. Smoke. Thank you. Dr. Smoke. Okay. Where were we? We were playing Curse of Strahd or something, right?
Something like that.
Kind of.
Okay, you find yourself in this study with a bunch of books.
All right, Damon. I get the feeling this is what we were here for.
Yes. Well, then let us leave.
Yeah, let's get on the other side of the portal. There's something I want to talk to you about.
Okay.
And I hop through.
All right, you hop through. You successfully hop through. You are back.
Reginald was on the other side, wound up with that axe ready for a swing, and he barely flinches before he sees it. No, these are allies. We're good.
Okay.
Hey, what found you, boys?
We found the other prophecy item, the Sword of Sunlight. And I take it out and sunlightify it.
Nice.
Ooh, it's beautiful.
It counts. Is it a long sword or a short sword? Long sword. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got proficiency with that for ranger.
Perfect.
But it is strength based, isn't it? It is not dexterity based.
It has finesse, so I think that means you can use dexterity.
Yeah. Demon, I've got the sword now, and there's ever since I found it, this holy symbol has had some other ability that I know it's there, but I can't do it, and I think maybe you can.
Well, I don't know if I would be able to or not, but I suppose I could check it out.
One thing it can do is hold vampires in place, as you've seen, and it can produce a burst of sunlight. It requires 1 charge to hold vampires and 5 charges to do the burst of sunlight, and it's got 9 left. So there's something else that it does. I don't know quite what. And Keith, that's the description of the turn undead thing.
Correct. I'm gonna go find that. If you have the turn undead or the turn the unholy feature, you can expend 3 charges when you present the holy symbol while using that feature. When you do so, undead have disadvantage on their saving throws. So if you have turn undead or turn undead or the turn the unholy feature, this will aid you in that.
Does that require charges, or it just does it?
3 charges.
Okay.
3 charges.
Do I know that, or does Derman now know that when he grabs it?
Derman, do you have that feature?
Yeah, I've got turn undead.
Okay, yeah, you know that. You feel
It's
it.
not a feature, right? It's just a thing you can do.
Yeah, it's a cleric channel divinity feature.
You feel it in your heart.
I think you were right, Jericho. This it seems to be. I don't even know really how to describe it. Like, I feel this ability that I had before is somehow stronger. Like it might affect more.
I thought you might be able to do something with it. All right, fellas. I think we're armed to the teeth at this point.
Feeling good about all right.
I want to. I assume this will work on a translucent blade of sunlight. Keith, you'll have to let me know if it does.
Okay.
I have a potion that I got from someplace a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
It is a potion of sharpness. It lasts 1 hour and it adds 3 to attack and damage rolls.
Ooh.
So you're supposed to like
Ugh.
oil the blade with it.
You can't oil this blade, sadly.
I think it'd catch on
Kinda
fire.
like pour it on the inside of the handle.
I feel like I'm gonna have to say no on that one. I don't think this is a blade you can sharpen.
I can use it on my bedazzled bone.
I'd call it on two levels. I'd say this blade is already magical, but even if it was a magical metal blade, I'd let you do it. But the fact that this blade is essentially made of light, I just don't feel like whatever. If I'm thinking in the world of D&D, whatever properties that apply more sharpness to a blade probably wouldn't work on light.
Gotcha.
I apologize, but good call.
Reginald, are you planning to use more of a blunt instrument or a sharp one?
I plan on using everything at my disposal.
Well, then here, you can use what is also at my disposal. This is a potion of sharpness. It should increase the might of your weapon for an hour. That sounds like Viagra.
And if it's sharp for 4 hours, we're leaving and going to the doctor.
Oh man, we have gone off the rails.
What other game provides this type of thing? What other game provides you with an accidental Viagra reference? 0. All other games you play, intentional Viagra references. This is an accident. It makes D&D the best.
Yeah, I graciously accept it, and knowing that it was a potion of sharpness, Reginald is, for a brief moment, tempted to drink it himself, wondering if it will boost his sharpness. But he's not that sharp, so he just pockets it.
You just turn completely two-dimensional, slip through the floor.
He's not a rocket surgeon.
In preparation for our upcoming battle, since I can't use that, I'm going to load my crossbow with a flaming arrow and get ready to go.
Okay.
I'm just ready to rock and roll whenever everyone else is.
Does anybody happen to have an empty bottle?
Hey, hold up one moment. I take the potion of sharpness and I dose my axe with it. There you go. One empty bottle.
Thank you. Keith, do I know what is in the powder horn? Like, is that something that I could recognize?
No, I was talking to Bryce about this. We checked that, and I treated that as kind of almost like a flagstone moment for your figuring out what that musket actually does. You guys both rolled to check what it was, and I think you both rolled like below a 5 or around a 5, and to your eye, like, you don't know that this is gunpowder. Which is a bummer, I know, but
cool. Okay.
If I find, I have been actively trying to find a way to, have something appear where you figure it out, but I'm gonna try to do that naturally if it occurs.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. Well then I suppose I'm ready.
The sharpness adds a +3.
+3 to attack and damage rolls. So
sweet.
Nice.
Okay.
Whenever you roll to attack, add 3 to it.
Guys, my heart is just beating. It's just thumping right now.
I would hope so. That's how you stay alive.
Not if I'm the devil Strahd, baby.
Well, Phil, that's how you stay alive. He's dead right now, currently.
You're right. Good call.
Dermot, I see you were looking at that horn full of whatever that powder is. Do you think maybe it could be some kind of barrier? I know I've heard of people using salt on their windows to keep spirits out. Maybe it's something similar for vampires?
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely got like a sulfurous smell to it.
It's possible. But I don't know. It could be something I don't want to mess with at the moment, and if we're going up against Strahd himself, I'd rather not waste time with anything that, isn't going to help us.
That's true. Well, if our backs are to the wall, I mean, it couldn't hurt to just maybe throw some at him and see if it does anything.
That's true. Yeah, I don't have any pouches or anything. I will keep that in mind. Definitely.
All right. Are we ready, boys?
I believe I am.
So, I'm kind of clang my my axe against my shield, ready as we're gonna get.
Clang into the room.
Right.
Are we all going through the portal at one time? Or, I mean, I suppose we don't know for certain that this is Strahd's room. It's just pretty apparent.
I'll take a peek-see. I can take a hit if he's ready for us. I'll back out this way. He knows where to find us.
All right. If you're not back in, let's say, 10 seconds, we'll dive in after you.
Reginald doesn't say anything, but he gives like that solemn nod, like, yeah, we got this.
Demon, are you going with him or are you staying on this side?
I will go with him.
All right.
All right, Damon, stay behind me a little bit. And I get that shield ready in front.
I'm going to grab that yellow stone.
Okay.
Well, best of luck to you, boys. I'll see you on the other side. And I toss it into the fire.
And I toss me into the fire.
All right.
I walk in.
And I toss Dermot into the fire.
And I toss, and I toss, and I toss, and I toss. The fire turns yellow. And Dermot and Reginald touch the flame. And typically it's instantaneous whenever you appear in the next place. But this time when you throw the yellow stone in the fire, it's seemingly in that split second between touching the flame and appearing elsewhere, you become sick to your stomach, and the yellow flame that encircled you becomes black. And Jericho, as you are watching, as soon as they leave, the flame, instead of being a nice bright yellow, turns into a black, ominous flame, burning before you. And instead of appearing wherever you thought you might go, you appear not in a tomb, but you appear in a grand hallway. And you recognize this hallway. If you'll remember, when you first entered the castle, you came into a large hallway. There were gargoyles standing above you on top of pillars. From your left, coming down from some stairs, was Rahadan, who led you to the right and into the dining room. Well, this hallway is the hallway that was directly in front of you. And this grand hall is choked with dust and stretches into darkness ahead. Webs hang from the arched ceiling like drapes, and life-size statues of knights line the hallway on both sides, their eyes seeming to watch you.
It's on now, boys.
Did the yellow stone come back?
The yellow stone did not return.
All right. Well, I said I'd follow after a count of 10, so let me know if they come back within 10 seconds or if I follow them.
Okay, what's your immediate reaction, boys?
I kind of, if Dermon's like behind me just a little bit, I want to tilt back just a little and say, "Hi, these fellas don't look very strong. What's going on here?"
10 seconds, by the way.
Okay, so I jump through, I guess.
All right, you appear. Dermot, feel free to answer. Sorry.
I do not know.
Original.
You don't seem very inviting. I would like to roll perception.
Okay, roll it up.
That's a 25.
Okay. You see these statues. The statues are motionless. Their moving eyes, as you look closer, just seem to be more of an optical illusion than anything else. And at the far end, you see that double doors stand at the end of the hallway. And above the doors, above the doors at the very end, hangs a symbol of beaten bronze that looks like the rising, like a rising or setting sun. And as you peer down the hallway, and as Jericho arrives, The armor, I assume, popped in there after Jericho left. The four of you stand in the hallway, and echoing down the hallway, you hear, it looks as though the gang is all here. Admittedly, I did not expect so much trouble from you. But please, come, join me in the chapel.
I want to kind of lean in, like, all right, let's just huddle a little bit. Chapel, is it a wedding? I'm not dressed for a wedding.
I'm not sure, but let's not anger the nice vampire man until we kill him.
He spit a bunch of bats at me. I don't like
I'll walk that way if he's heading that way.
I follow.
As well, Jericho. So you don't see him, by the way. He's not down there. You just hear his voice.
I thought he said follow me.
He said, "Come join me."
Oh, okay.
I think. But anyway,
Like looking down our necks, then I want to lean in back into the huddle.
Okay.
And hey, one of the other prophecies said something about a place of supplication. Be on the lookout in the chapel for anything that might stand out to you.
what was the prophecy? What's standing out? Played? I mean, what are we looking for?
Knowledge of the ancients. I don't know. You will find what you seek in the castle amid the ruins of a place of supplication. We're about as close as we're gonna get, I think.
Oh, right. I'll take the lead on this one, boys.
All right.
I'm gonna walk just like a step ahead of these guys, shield at the ready, headed towards the beckoning voice.
I'm gonna follow him right next to Derman.
all right.
Like good old buddies.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to remind you that chapel reminds you of a place of supplication. You walk down the hallway and you open the double doors to the chapel. Dim colored light filters through tall, broken, and boarded up windows of stained glass, illuminating the ancient chapel of Ravenloft. A few bats flutter about near the top of the 90-foot-high domed ceiling. A balcony runs the length of the west wall, 50 feet above the floor. In the center of the balcony, two dark shapes are slumped in tall chairs. Benches, coated with centuries of dust, lie about the floor in jumbled disarray. Beyond the debris, lit by a piercing shaft of light, an altar stands upon a stone platform. The sides of the altar are carved with bas-reliefs of angelic figures entwined with grapevines. The light from above falls directly on a silver statuette. A cloaked figure is draped over the altar, and a black mace lies on the floor near its feet. Standing, if you'll look now, you all are standing in area K15. Standing at the foot of the stairs is none other than a black silhouette in the shape that you've come to recognize, Strahd. He says, "Well, hello, Derman, Reginald, Jericho. And is that the armor of Kazan that I see here as well?"
Yes, we found him.
So you did. Have you enjoyed your stay in my home?
It's been good so far. Could use a bit more light, but other than that, I'd say it's been okay.
Good so far. Have you no manners? You have come into my home. I invited you here. You travel down into the catacombs. You kill. What?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
We disappeared.
Oh yeah, I couldn't hear you guys.
Like
for a
as soon as we were like, all right, we're going down the hall, and it's like, okay, and then we cut out.
Oh, okay. No, so what'd you miss?
Everything. Like the last thing you heard us say whenever I said I'm following him that way.
I say I'll take a point on this.
All right, let's rewind. Zencaster,
Alright.
you blow butt. I don't like you.
No, that was on this end. As there was a power cord by my foot, and I was just trying to nudge out the way, and that was the main power cord.
Josh unplugged my computer.
Oh wow, that was a quick
it wasn't
restart. Then.
Zencaster. That was totally on me. Yeah.
All right. Either way, if Zencaster's listening, they still need to do better. You should have done something different with Bryce's power cord, Zencaster.
Zencaster, you should have told me.
Okay, back to the beginning. Let me read the description of this room again for you guys. Sorry. Dim colored light filters through the tall, broken, and boarded up windows of stained glass. You now find yourself in area K15, by the way. A few bats flutter about near the top of the 90-foot-high domed ceiling. A balcony runs the length of the west wall, 50 feet above the floor. In the center of the balcony, two dark shapes are slumped in tall chairs. Benches, coated with centuries of dust, lie about the floor in jumbled disarray. Beyond this debris, lit by a piercing shaft of light, an altar stands upon a stone platform. The sides of the altar are carved with bas-reliefs of angelic figures entwined with grapes. The light from above falls directly on a silver statuette. A cloaked figure is draped over the altar, and a black mace lies on the floor near its feet. And standing at the foot of the stairs, which you see on the map, is the silhouette of a figure you have come to recognize, the silhouette of the devil Strahd. He turns again and says, "Welcome, Dermon, Reginald, Jericho. And is that the armor of Kazan I see with you?"
Yes, it is. We found him.
Most of him.
Yes. Well, how have you enjoyed your stay as guests in my home?
It's been pleasant so far, I'd say.
Pleasant, you
Fairly
say?
dark.
You say it has
We've
been
met some
pleasant.
interesting people, I'll give you that.
Yes, you have met some interesting people, Jericho. You have no manners. Your rudeness, your disrespect to me knows no bounds. Now, they call me the Devil Strahd, and I am a devil. But even I would not enter another man's home. Kill his most loyal servant. Desecrate the graves of those he loves and those he loved most in this life. And then have the
I voted
audacity.
against that.
Excuse me?
I voted against the whole desecration.
Either
Yeah,
way.
he did. It is true. It's true.
Either way, you come in here with the goal of destroying the devil of this land, yet you seem to be devils yourself. A trail of blood has followed you all over this land.
And
Well, I wouldn't say a
blood has
trail.
that been? Strahd, would it not be the blood of your followers and those who have stood in our way trying to rid this land of an evil? You
This-
say that we come into your home and cause problems, but Rahadin tried to kill us. Your
And
little
let's not forget,
companion,
you're the one that brought us here.
well, that is also true, and your little companion, before Rahadin, he tried to lead us into a trap, so, you know, tit for tat, it's technically all self-defense.
This is my land. I had hoped. Nay, not hoped. I had thought maybe that the three of you would not be as stupid as all those who have come before, and that you would, seeing the glory of this home and the devastation that comes with people at the end of my blade, that you would decide to throw in with me, become a servant, live here in the castle, decide to serve me, Strahd, and enjoy wine and feast for the rest of your days for the low price of becoming a spawn of mine. I assumed with the dangers and the fears of this castle, you would decide that the only way away from here, the only way away from the fear that you would be experiencing is to become a part of it. But it seems that is not the case.
Well, based on all the enthralled followers you have everywhere, it would seem that we're the only ones smart enough not to take you up on your less than desirable offer.
Tell me this. What of Irina?
What of her?
That's what I'm asking you. What have you done with her?
We did do nothing.
For years.
Honestly, I thought you had her.
No, for years and years. I have kept track of her. I have doted upon her. I have chased her. I have sought her. I have sucked her blood on at least 2 occasions. But you have taken her to a blessed pool, and now she is beyond my sight. I fear that because of your foolishness, you have doomed me to an eternity without my love.
Is that a
Well,
fear, or
I'm
is
sure
that...
she's. Go ahead.
Is that a fear, or is that an actuality?
I do not know. So far, it seems as though there are few reaches that my evil cannot grasp, but still, I have yet to find her.
Well, that's rough, man. Do you want to talk about it?
No.
Through this whole conversation, Reginald was just making over-exaggerated no head shakes and yes head shakes. He's trying not to say anything because his last, his first encounter with Strahd, he took control of Reginald. So,
Right.
Strahd, I'm gonna be real with you for a moment. I don't want to be here. I don't want to fight you. I don't want to have anything to do with Barovia. I don't want to explore the catacombs of your stupid castle and find all these godforsaken things underneath it. I want to go home. And if you could just loosen your grip on all these people you torment in this valley and let us leave, you can continue brooding in your castle for as long as you want. You can even go out and look for Irina. Maybe she'll have time for you if you can manage to, I don't know, clean up a bit. Don't be such a jerk all the time.
There is only one way out of here, Jericho. I have been cordial with you 3 of you as you have been here. But I can assure you I did only bring you here for one reason. Knowing that it is you who has put Irina possibly out of my reach, and you who has bested several of my attempts to toy with you. There's only one way to leave Barovia, and that is if you destroy me. So your only option is here and now. This is the final portion of my game. I have grown weary of this. You have killed too much of what I hold dear and taken much of it away. It is possible maybe I did bite off a little more than I could chew, and maybe I got a little greedy with how much fun I would have with you. But there's only one way out of here, and that's over my dead body. So, we will find out.
before he says anything else, Reginald just from behind his shield yells, "So be it!" and just runs straight at him.
Roll initiative.
Hey.
And as you run towards him, in the middle of that word, Strahd dusts his hands and he says, "Then so be it."
14.
Roll initiative against the devil frickin' Strahd.
Is this the end of the episode?
Not yet.
Do we call it here, or do we... Alright.
If you guys beat him in 17 minutes, color me impressed.
Yeah, we can do that. We can handle that, right?
We
Yeah,
shall
we got
see. We shall see. Alright. Let's see how we do with this. I need just initiative rolls, please.
26.
14.
17.
Alright. Okay.
Any chance I would get a surprise round on that one?
No, he is not surprised.
Didn't think so. I wasn't hidden, but I figured I can't hurt to ask.
Might as well ask. I always forget the armor in there, but he's in there. Alright. The order has been decided. Now, you guys will have to bear with me in this extreme boss fight and remembering exactly what all can happen. So, let's do this
Do you
thing.
know the initiative order?
Yes, it is Jericho, Derman, the armor, Strahd, and then Reginald.
Wow. Okay.
Gotcha. We're good.
Okay. Perfect. All right, Jericho, it's your turn, son.
All right. I'm just gonna assume we're doing this and kind of take it a little slow. I'm gonna lift my crossbow with its fire bolt ready to go and launch it at him.
Okay. You launch a firebolt, crossbow bolt at him. Roll to hit.
Roll.
Roll out.
Is it dark and stuff? Do I have my usual invisibility and such, or does he have true sight or anything?
This room is dimly lit, and
Okay.
yeah, so there's not complete darkness or anything.
Okay. Then that is a 15 to hit.
A 15 to hit will not hit. Strahd, as you fire the crossbow bolt, he raises his forearm and gently, with grace and poise, barely brushes against the fletchings of your arrow as it flies by. It goes right around his head and explodes into the wall.
All right.
Behind him.
I'm gonna do it again.
Okay.
I get bonus attack on my first round of combat, and I also have extra attack. So
Okay.
I have 3 attacks.
Wish I had boss music for this.
That's a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Cool.
So he's able to gracefully brush the one aside, and his confidence was too high because the second one hits him in the arm as he raised it.
That's Oh, this was another firebolt, by the way.
Gotcha.
That's 32 damage just from the bolt itself,
Ooh.
and then a D10 of fire damage.
Anything special about that bolt? Just regular bolt?
It's flaming.
Gotcha. Other than that,
Fire.
regular bolt.
Yeah. And
Gotcha.
then 5 fire damage on hit. And I guess the 5-foot radius thing doesn't really affect him.
Right, doesn't affect him.
Okay, so 27 piercing damage, or is that what I said?
Yep.
And 5 fire damage.
All right. The arrow slices into his arm, blowing a piece of his kingly robes off of his arm. You can see the meat and flesh in his right. You hit him right in his tricep. A piece of a bunch of meat just blows off of his tricep and splatters against the ground. But before he can lower his arm down, you can see as you stare at it, the flesh of his arm begin to reform as he immediately heals.
That's not good. Okay, I do it again. This time with a silver bolt.
All right.
That's a 24 to hit.
A 24 to hit will hit.
Cool. That's 12 damage.
Okay.
Was that all 3? Yeah, that's all 3.
This time,
yeah.
This time he puts out a hand to catch the crossbow bolt in front of him, but the bolt almost purposefully just passes directly through his palm, slicing down the back of his forearm. His palm opens up, and he just holds his hand out in front of you as the arrow, without any other movement, snaps off in place, and the hole where it used to be closes in his palm.
Okay. I'm gonna use my movement speed to run away.
Okay.
I'm joking.
Okay.
I am gonna move though. I'm gonna move to that. I'm gonna move north along that wall, like right in front of K16.
Okay. Gotcha.
And can I go like back around the corner?
Sure. Beep.
Okay.
So you're gonna get in some cover, full cover?
Yeah.
Cool.
And I think I can use a bonus action to load another crossbow bolt.
All right, you lock it in, load a crossbow bolt. Solid.
Okay. I'm gonna do a silver one again.
Okay. Sounds good. Derman, yourself?
Yes, I will. I will pull out my crossbow as well. Hang on. And I'm going to load it with a silver bolt and then launch that bad boy right at Mr. Stradlick.
Okay. Do a Stradlick.
That's a natural 20, my man.
Nice.
Okay, so let's see. 16, 21. That is 21 damage, and like half of that is radiant damage.
Okay. Cool. You fire the crossbow bolt at him, and this time he does the same thing. He allows the crossbow bolt to pass through his hand. But this time, when the hand goes to heal up, it doesn't fully heal. The bolt still snaps in his hand and it falls to the ground, but you can see the hole where the bolt passed through his hand does not completely heal through this time. He brings his hand down and he rubs it with his hand and he says, I suppose I might have been a little too hasty with that. Now, real quick, I have to tell you something else happens. Boss music.
Is there a reason why you did not prepare boss music for this encounter?
I didn't know we were going to have it tonight, actually.
He knew that we would have this over in like a good 2 minutes.
And the if I were to have it on, if I didn't trust Zencaster enough to have it on stream, it would have probably made the stream not so great. I wouldn't have been able to hear it properly to get it good for the podcast. I promise, just in case I'm looking for the Heart of Sorrow section. Stay with me. All right. Tell me what happens.
If I know something, if I cast magic on a bolt that is not silver, and like it has a spell on it, does it count as a magical weapon?
I think probably.
Okay.
Okay, so from behind you down the hallway, especially Jericho, you can hear this. You can hear the sound of a shattering and crumbling. It's not the whole castle, mind you, but you can hear in a room somewhere behind you something has broken and shattered after the last time Derman shot an arrow at the Devil Strahd.
Interesting.
Ish. Strahd says, no matter. I will destroy you still.
I command the armor to stay close and protect me.
Okay, cool.
And then that is the end of my turn.
Alright, the end of your turn will see the Devil Strahd bring his hand, injured and dripping out of the back with blood before him. You can see an orange light appear in his hand, and he slings a fireball directly at you. It's D&D, mother lovers. Everybody gets a fireball. Let's look that up. So he does sling a fireball at you, though.
Third level is 8d6 damage.
He throw it at a bit of a different level this time. All right. So a bright streak flashes from his hand. to a point that he chooses within range. Then it blossoms with a low roar into an explosion of flame. Each creature in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on that point. So that means Armor, Derman, and Reginald. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
21.
You save, Derman. Roll for the armor.
Oh yeah, I do that. That's 8.
Armor does not save.
Bye bye.
Right. It was a dexterity save.
Uh-huh.
I add 2, so I got 11.
All right, you also do not save, Reginald. You will take the full brunt of the damage. Derman will take half. All right, so that's... All right, we're going to play real D&D. I'm going to count it out loud now. So 6. Oh boy, 12. All right, that's a good one. 15. 16. 17, 18. 22. Ooh. 27. And then for the final one, nope, not the final one. 28. 31 damage to Reginald, fire damage, and then 15 damage to Derman and the 31 damage to the armor and Reginald, 15 to Derman.
The armor is no more.
Oh, I feel bad, but the armor raises his spiked hands up. He tries to protect you. That's the save right there. His last act is to, as you jump behind a pew to hide behind the fire, a pew in this chapel, to hide behind the fire, away from the fireball, Derman. The armor jumps in the air, trying to block you from the intense heat, choosing you over Reginald, loving you both, but choosing its master. And as he jumps, the fireball melts him completely. The smell of burning meat and food from within is burned up and steams up into the air. And the last thing that you feel of the armor is a little bit of molten metal dripping on your clothes as you stand up from behind the pew, Derman. The armor is no more.
No. He was a valiant fighter.
He was.
They smell so delicious.
Let's see what else can be done. Sorry, real quick, I remember what all occurs. Oh, also, never mind, not true. Trying to figure out what all different little bonusy things he has. That's actually going to be all he's going to do this time. So Jericho as well, from behind the from behind that corner where you were, you saw a bunch of blazing fire go past the doorway, but you remained unscathed back there.
For future reference, if he does shoot a fireball over there, do I have advantage on dexterity saves since I only have to move behind the wall?
You're already behind the wall, but if he shoots, I mean, yeah, we'll decide that when we come to it.
Okay, I didn't know if it went around corners and stuff or what.
Gotcha. No, the fire doesn't really travel around corners from the best that I can imagine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screenshot this, and he says, the last thing we'll say on this episode is Strahd will point towards you, the party, and say, "Well, it seems as though now you only possess one item of the wizard Kazan. Trust this, it will not be enough to save you." And that will be the end of this week's episode of Dungeon Boys. Yeah. Woohoo! Tune in next week for the
alive.
Tune in next week for the final conflict with Strahd. It'll be Reginald's turn to begin. Guys, chat, I'm sorry I feel like our last two episodes went so well, and this episode, it just seemed like we've been wrought with technical difficulties. I really hope that you guys enjoyed the episode. I hope you had a good time. Of course, we are definitely setting up for the final confrontation next week. I'm assuming it may be a shorter than normal episode next week, but we'll see. Dungeon Boys, you feeling all right?
Yeah, that was good.
Feeling fine.
All things considered.
Yeah, all things considered. So this will be where we tell our Twitch viewers good night. No podcast ending, no post show tonight because technical stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, that will be the end. No raid or anything like I say. But that'll be it. Please come back next Monday as long as everything works out the way we'd like it to, for more D&D, for more Curse of Strahd. We'll see how it all shakes out. Will Strahd be victorious, or will the party best Strahd and save the world? We shall see. But in the meantime, please remember that we all here at Tank Media Games and the Dungeon Boys love you very much. Good night, everybody.
Toodles.
Bye-bye.
Later.